For real? Oh, no. Let's go.
Boston
State of OH. In Berkeley, California. You got it. This one's for three. AJ Hawk, $5,000. USA, USA, USA.
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey,
What?
let's go.
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for it.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
You pink.
Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to our humble abode, the Thunderdome, on this BA Day, November 18th,
2025. This program begins right now.
Football!
That's right. That's 47-year football coach Bruce Arians joining us today live at the Thunderdome.
Coach.
He looks so cool. I like the heart.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Okay, we got cadences. We got hand signals. Okay, I like what we're doing. We got our wives' phone.
That's why.
Instead of our phone, because somehow we're at the stage of life where we're able to leave our house with somebody else's phone and not even know it till we're already on an airplane to a different city. So now everybody has to communicate through your wife's phone to you and through your phone to her. Ladies and gentlemen, that's football knower, football lover, Coach B.A. Football.
I only got a half ass left.
Yeah, I can imagine. It's been pretty loud. It's been a fantastic thing. 9-year NFL vet, Darius J. Butler is here.
Good
to see you, D. Butcher. Talks the tables here at Boston Connor and at Ty Schmidt. And live from Hammer,
Dahn
is AP Tone, who will certainly join here in a matter of moments because college football is about to have another huge evening tonight as another CFP ranking will be given out with a brand new chair of the CFP committee and a new member back in to the CFP. So you're talking about a big day for college football. We'll chat with Tone about that and other things. And also week 11 of the NFL season is wrapped up already.
Man.
Hey, right now, look around, feel it, okay? Sense it. Weather's kind of ass here in Indianapolis. It's a little bit too cold, but it's not hot enough. It's kind of making your heater and air conditioner set on auto really not know what to do.
Messed up.
And if the sun accidentally comes out and it's going to get through your windows, it's going to cook your house. And then your heater is going to be on because outside is cold. And then your house potentially going to be 78, 79 degrees. Ugh. So all of a sudden it's cold as hell outside right now, freezing, but inside too hot, you see. So then what do you got to do? Well, you got to turn on your cool now. Okay, so now it's 78, 76, 77. I got to turn on the cool because I can't do this. I can't fall asleep. What is going on here? Then all of a sudden you wake up, guess what? 61 degrees. Yeah, because outside right now it's 15 degrees. So you get cooked through the sun through the window, you see, and then the actual coldness of outside cooks you. So you wake up in the freezing, and then at some point it's way too hot. It's football season, baby. That's right. Okay, we are in the middle of it. We are in the prime time of everything that football fans look forward to during the off season. Whenever we're watching basketball, shout out to the NBA. When we're watching baseball, shout out to MLB. When we're watching hockey, shout out to the NHL. And when there isn't
F1, watching F1.
You watch that, we don't. I'm trying to do a thing for we here.
Well, I'm part of we.
Yeah, but that would include me saying that I don't watch AG1.
That's not an us thing.
Yeah, I would be like, okay, so when we're watching hockey, the Frozen Four. When you're watching
F1.
Okay.
Yep, there you go.
See, that's how that would go.
Okay, I like that.
So I apologize for not acknowledging that. I should acknowledge that a little bit more. Coach B.A., when you're watching the senior PGA Tour, okay, we're all yearning for football to be happening.
Yeah.
We're all yearning for meaningful football to happen. And ladies and gentlemen, week 11 of the NFL season is finished. That means all eyes are on the postseason. That means all eyes are on who's really in this thing and whose season is now just going to become a season that's set up for hopefully next season. Ladies and gentlemen, last night was an emotional win for the Dallas Cowboys. We appreciate the hell out of that particular Monday Night Football game, especially with how special it all was, as everybody was kind of paying their tributes to Marshawn Nealon, the Dallas Cowboys player who took his own life, I believe, is what is being reported last week after having one of the greatest moments he could have accomplished in football with a touchdown on Monday Night Football, and then just days later ends up taking his own life. So now there's tributes kind of raining in all over the place, as there should be, not only about Marshawn Nealon, but the entire conversation as a whole about checking in on your friends, checking in on your people. And his people, by the way, were the Dallas Cowboys. And they had an emotional spirit about them last night that was pretty dominating of the Las Vegas Raiders all night. D-Bud, what happened in that game last night for those of us that maybe missed it because John Cena was maybe last time Madison Square Garden. Or maybe the game got so out of hand they didn't finish the entirety. What happened last night in Monday Night Football through your eyes?
Yeah, as we know, Monday Night Football in Vegas, Cowboys were favored by 3.5 points, and the game kind of started off like it might be a cagey affair. You had Maxx Crosby, the candor coming off the edge, getting a strip sack, and the Raiders, they were fighting. They were battling at home, ending the first quarter, leading actually the Dallas Cowboys 6-3. But then Dak and the Cowboys got rolling, started finding his guy, CeeDee Lamb, who was missing for the first drive. Maybe got caught that Vegas flu, maybe.
Yeah, what happened? Him and George Pickens?
Yeah, but you know what? they got going. So when they did get in the lineup, Dak started to find them early and often. 88 got going. Jake Ferguson, he got going. He got in the end zone as well. And then George Pickens. They traded for George Pickens, and he's been an absolute stud, making big plays all up and down the field. He was a mismatch all night long. He had a big night all night. And then Javonte Williams, he had his Cowboys season high, career high with this team with the carries, and he dominated the game on the ground as well. And then that defense. We saw Jerry in his box grinning like the butcher's dog after Quentin Williams made a big-time sack. He had 1.5 sack already trumped what he had in the as the Jets player this season. He was big time on the front end, and then on the back end had a interception as well. Boom, Geno. He's been unlucky.
There's a lot of unlucky Geno Smith.
He's been unlucky. We talk about turnovers. We talk about tips and overthrows. Sometimes it's off defenders. Sometimes it's off his own guy. Brock Bowers is kind of that only bright spot for that offense. But Geno, I mean, behind that offensive line, I know he catching a lot of heat. He can't throw the ball. Genty, he barely got any runs. You see him, boom, got stuffed for his safety here. And this game just got out of hand. It became an absolute blowout. It was too late to switch over to Monday Night Raw. This one got ugly. Started out like it was going to be good, but it ended up being a blowout.
Yeah, but at the end, did you see?
What? At the end of this game?
Was there an onside punt? Is that where
After that safety, yeah.
Yeah, there's an onside punt. So after the safety.
This was.
Okay. Now, I was not awake at this stage of the game, and I do apologize. I'm an old person. I caught up. I see this attempted. I love everything we're doing here. I love everything we're doing. Okay, so listen. You can't kick a kickoff after a safety. The ball can't be grounded or whatever. Used to be the rules. I don't know what they are now with the new kickoff and everything like that. I think I saw people kicking off. Every once in a while, normally the punter would be the one that would actually go out after a safety and kind of launch it, and then you would have the kickoff coverage for the entirety. It'd be happening from the 20. There was always a conversation about having to have an onside punt just in case this situation was to take place. And it's not a bad idea. And they actually got the outcome they were looking for with the ball hitting the ground. Now, Dallas Cowboys wave for a fair catch, which is the right answer. And if one person waves for a fair catch, they all wave for a fair catch. So one person on the receiving team waved for a fair catch, which is actually a smart move. They let it hit the ground, though. As soon as that thing hits the ground,
fair catch is off, right?
Hey, we're live ball right there. So it almost works out to like what you're actually looking to do. For me, it was always going to be a knuckler. I was going to try to hit a knuckler because you don't have 11 guys on the field that are used to catching punts. So you get a couple people that are out there that are comfortable catching punts. So what you're trying to do is hit one that's tough to catch. He had a banana ball, which would come down sideways on this thing. So right decision by the Cowboys returner to wave for a fair catch.
Smart.
Them letting it hit the ground. Not smart. And then them ending up picking up George Pickens, getting it, and then ending the game. Good finish.
And you never had an opportunity to actually do this in the game.
No, you very rarely get the opportunity after a safety to hit one. But, it is something that I've seen before in the past. And that was the Raiders. I know the coach that used to be there. I think he probably had that thing worked on a little bit, if I had to guess. Tom McMahon, hey. He's the best coach I ever had for the job that I did. He made me much better at my job. I think Vinny would say the same thing. I think our boys would say the same thing. We created something called Fourth Down Army with our crew. It was full buy-in. We were trying to really change games. And Tom McMahon, this little-ass dude from Montana with a steel plate in his head because he fell off a horse as a child, you see. Fell off a horse as a child because he used to lead horse hunting, I believe, through the trails of Montana. He grew up on a horse farm. And actually, as a child, as he was coming back, he fell off, hit his head off a creek, I guess, had to get a surgery, has a steel plate on his head. So if you're around any service, his ass is going to affect him, but he is just an absolute dog of a coach who has been a football guy through and through and will be forever. He was their special teams coordinator. He got fired. Now, their special teams has not been performed well, and that is a part of the job. I think he probably saw that one coming as well with how it all goes, but he definitely had that in there to work it. So I saw that happen late last night when I woke up this morning. I was like, was this when Tom was here? Was this last night? I'm like, good for Tom, because that is certainly something you work on, but never really get the opportunity for it to actually pay off. Now, on that note, let's talk about the actual game. Coach B.A., 47 years, known as quarterback whisperer. You've been around every quarterback out there that's ever been good at the game, basically. That also says you're old as shit, but also, hey, still killing it, baby. Right. Look at the fit right now. Let's talk about Dak Prescott in this offense. It feels like we expect Dak in this offense to be great, but we never expect the Dallas Cowboys to be great. Why is that? And what do you think the conversation is about Dak Prescott as quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys?
Yeah, there had to be inconsistency with the group. The offensive line, because Dak can light it up, and he's one of the best leaders there is, but he can still spin it. And with Pickens and CD and Williams, they got weapons. Ferguson, it's got to be up front. There's games where they can't protect him. And the defense is getting better. But they haven't been able to hold on to any leads either.
4-5-1 now are the Dallas Cowboys, and obviously we'll have something later chit-chatting about all of the NFCs. The NFC East, obviously, with the Philadelphia Eagles is going to be tough, but the entire NFC as a whole, who knows what the future holds for all teams who have to play against a lot of good teams. So there's going to be a lot of L's stacked by teams that are good right now. Are the Dallas Cowboys?
They got a lot of people back.
Yeah, they got. There's a chance that There's a chance Dallas Cowboys do this thing and make a run. And now, will they actually be able to win in the playoffs is the massive question.
Yep.
Quinnen Williams not only getting a sack last night and saying hello to the Dallas Cowboys, also fixing his shoe. Lost his shoe, just so calmly puts his foot back into his cleat, gets back up and does his thing. What a perfect fit for the Dallas Cowboys. And you talk about getting a safety. Jerry Jones says, now that's getting safeties? You think we're ever doing that before? We're getting safeties on runs because we can stop the damn run. Jerry Jones's entire plan, whenever he traded away Michael at the time is what he was saying, was to stop the damn run, basically. That was his entire goal, everything he talked about. You bring in Quinnen, you get this defensive front maybe playing a little bit better. All of a sudden, are the Dallas Cowboys for real? Do they have the makings of being a team that can make it? They got one of the best kickers to ever exist.
Yep.
Punter, been around a long time, good punter. Returners, always going to be good, we think, in Dallas because they draft speed. That feels like something that's always going to be good. Offense, we think Dak should be good against everybody, right? Don't we all think that?
Shotty's a good coach. You know, it's his first opportunity being a head coach, so it'll definitely be some learning. But you have the talent. You got a franchise quarterback, highest paid quarterback in the National Football League. Getting Quinnen like that up front, that's a big deal. Getting Overshown back, if he's healthy and he can keep running, doing this stretch, he can be good. Malik Hooker also missed 5 games. He was back. And at some point, you expect him to get Trevon Diggs back. I think Deron Bland, he had a really good game as well. So if everyone's healthy, they can definitely make a run. We know where the Eagles are in that division, but they can kind of battle for that wild card spot.
Eagles at home next for the Dallas Cowboys, so obviously that's a big deal. The Dallas Cowboys are saying we're a different team now than we were back at the beginning. And the Eagles, obviously, in the middle of another Super Bowl push, we think. This is a huge one for the Cowboys. We'll learn a lot, I guess, coming up. Dallas Cowboys hosting the Eagles.
Yeah, Logan Wilson also looked great on that defense, too. But for Dak in the Cowboys versus the Eagles, I'm pretty sure, and maybe I'm remembering it wrong, but doesn't Dak have, astronomical numbers against the Eagles in comparison to other teams that he's played consistently? Like, he usually plays his best ball against Philly, which is a great sign for them at home after Marshawn Nealon and everything, and after this, like, that'll be their first game back at Jerry World. It could be huge.
Geno Smith with the Raiders, we just talked about it. He had a post-game presser that went like this.
I keep saying this, man. If something don't look right out there, blame it on me, right? If it don't look right, blame it on me. That's all you can do. Blame it on me. If your kids mess up at school, blame it on me. Car break down going to work, blame it on me.
Sounds like Geno saying, I've been taking a lot of blame for stuff, and that's rightfully so. I am paid to be the quarterback here. What are your thoughts on the Raiders, and what are your thoughts on Geno Smith's season? Has a lot of picks. Like, his sportsbooks bets and odds to throw a pick are like almost becoming just a lock is how sportsbooks view it. But I've watched a lot of them strictly because Geno Smith, West Virginia guy, happy for him with the run that he has had, the way his career has ended. And I got a chance to see it whenever they played against the Colts. It's like people are making plays on Geno that are like highlight reel plays against him, a couple of these picks. Then there's a lot of deflections that are happening, and maybe that's on him for the deflections taking place. But also it feels like he is under duress on a very regular basis. What do you kind of view of Geno Smith with the move to the Raiders for him? And what do the Raiders need to do, to become a team? Because you know what I would like them to do? Let Maxx Crosby spread his wings and fly into the playoffs somewhere.
Yeah, fly away, exactly.
Yeah.
Let the condor go and spread those big-ass wings and go be on a game that gets 49, 50 million eyeballs on it, okay, in those playoff games. Yeah. Could you imagine Maxx Crosby in the Super Bowl?
Oh, come on.
Imagine somebody that's never seen.
I can't.
Exactly.
Yeah. Sorry, I can't.
But just close your eyes. Suspend reality for just a moment. He gets traded to a good team. Okay, a good team.
Yeah, the Rams.
Oh, anybody that needs them. Colts, maybe.
Patriots.
Yeah, anybody. Not the Chiefs, obviously. Not the Patriots. Colts would be cool. Okay, and he gets to the fucking Super Bowl. Okay, and there's somebody in the world that has never seen ball before. First time they're happening upon their life. Just, okay, it's Super Bowl. Who knows what country they're in? Okay, they got Starlink. First time having fucking internet. Okay, they're doing this entire thing. What is this? This is a Super Bowl? Holy hell. They have their eyes on football for the first time. Say Lamar Jackson's playing quarterback. They see Lamar. what is that? We watch soccer here. What is going on here? And then on the other side, fully tatted, Caucasoid mountain resident, sickest, cleanest cleats on earth all the time, just nonstop havoc, chaos all over the place. Every single snap. They're going to fall in love with the sport like that immediately. For the good of ball, we need Maxx Crosby to be on a team that has a chance to go win. And that's my final kind of PSA to football. We need this guy on a contender. We need this guy on at least a team that has a chance. Now, Raiders fans are going to say, Tom Brady's in the building. We're going to flip it around. Pete Carroll's here. We're going to flip it around. Chip Kelly's fresh off a national championship. We're going to flip it around. I don't know if it's flip aroundable. I just don't know. You know, it might just be a football gods thing. I don't know what it is because all the moves seem to be smart. Every decision seems to be the right decision. Bring in Pete Carroll, known winner. We need somebody that has a little bit of, how you doing? Everybody will buy in and believe. Let's do that. Tom Brady, the greatest of all time, is going to be in our building. And listen to this. With his other job, he's going to be able to go in another building. So they're going to stop him from doing that. He's going to be able to call around. We're going to get investors that are very high level. We're going to Vegas. Everybody's going to want us to succeed there. We're going to have brand new stadium, nicest stadium maybe in the league. People will talk about.
Beautiful.
Everything seems smart whenever you're doing it. And then just for one reason or another, every year it just doesn't really work. And it's like, I'm tired of Maxx Crosby just kind of being held back. Because him in January, him in February, we just talked about it.
Yeah.
Somebody's mind getting blown in some country that's never seen ball before because this human exists just in general. I mean, we need it. Are they fixable? And what do you think about this offense that Chip Kelly's running? A lot of people talking about Genty only getting the ball like 7 times or whatever last night. Like, why are they doing that? What is that decision-making process? Is that because they can't run? Like, what are your thoughts on the Raiders?
Yeah, they need a lot of help up front. But for me, when your best 3 receivers are 3 tight ends, you're in trouble. You're in trouble.
Yeah.
If you can't run it with 3 tight ends, and you got the best young back in the league, maybe it's got to be up front. Got to get some better, stronger, faster guys up front. And defensively, they show at times. They're good at times. And Max he's the best, highest motor in the league. But for me, they got to get some top-notch wide receivers. And that's going to help Geno a ton because he is forcing the ball to guys in tight little windows all the time.
Yeah, but, I mean, top-notch wide receivers, like, yeah, those grow on trees. They don't. Like, they need to use what they have. Like, no matter what, I get it. You might be down by 30 in the second half, and a running back might only have 10 carries, but Ginty had 2 carries in the first half. You always mention, hey, by November, by Thanksgiving, rookies need to be up to par. They need to be able to play. And Ginty has played a lot of good football. I think I saw a stat yesterday, actually, that he actually only has 1 20-plus yard carry the entire season. He had 25
That's what I'm saying,
last
though.
year. Like,
it all seems right.
Yeah, and that's why, I it's not Geno's fault. Like, anybody who just goes on there and says, oh, yeah, it's all Geno. Like, what's Geno doing? Geno sucks. Like, okay, that's not what the field is really reflecting. You can look at the box score and say that, sure, but you're not actually watching the game. And just real quick, I really wish I didn't think of this. Maxx Crosby's a Joe Thomas of defense.
No,
it's
that's what he is.
That's a good point.
Yeah, Myles Garrett also.
Oh, yeah, that's just a bronze. Yeah, that's a good point.
But, I mean, Max, yeah.
Yeah, I guess you could slide. You can have a bucket.
Yeah.
I guess there can be more than just one. And I assume we can find maybe other Joe Thomases, too. But Joe Thomas is the one who was, all-pro like 16 straight years?
He had like 12,000 straight snaps, like didn't have a hold or something.
And then he came on the show and said, every year I thought we were going to win the Super Bowl. Every year we thought it didn't even play in the playoff game.
No.
He was so good. Think about the mental toughness on that guy. To be the best in the world at something while also not really getting to reap the benefits of it, really, but still just locking in and going. What an animal.
Yeah.
Maxx Crosby.
Yeah, also what an animal, man.
Myles Garrett. Absolute stud. Go back to Jason Hanson.
Yeah.
On the Detroit Lions.
Stud.
Wanted to go.
Barry Sanders. At least he got to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Calvin
Johnson.
Johnson. Man, don't do it, Max.
It's commendable that he wants to stay there, but, I mean, what are we doing? It's time, okay? Especially when you look at that division, like, that's the thing, is they are miles and miles and miles and miles behind the third place. The Chiefs are the third-place team in the division right now. Look what the Broncos are doing. Like, are the Chargers all of a sudden next year?
Give Tom some time. Okay.
But does that matter?
Maybe he plays. Maybe we Jackie Moon this thing.
Exactly.
Maybe that's the only way it gets going. Maybe the other owners of the Raiders need to come together and say, Tom, as an ownership group, we've decided that you need to play quarterback. Because did you see him last night?
Oh, yeah.
He looks good, dude.
He does.
He's aging backwards. Benjamin Button almost, this guy. He's phenomenal.
But I think we all just assume, well, Brady's a consummate winner. Like, he'll turn that around. And we forgot, he's not playing. And he can't play every position. Their line sucks. It's awful. And it's been like that for multiple years now. I mean, yeah, he looks sweet. Throw up a picture of Mark Davis real quick, because that's also too. I love the guy, I do, but it's just he's just not a fucking serious guy. He's just not. Look what he's wearing. Look what Jerry's wearing. And Jerry is bombastic. He's outlandish. He's crazy, but he's an owner of an NFL team, and he knows, hey, I should maybe just throw a suit on.
What are you talking about?
You
don't like Mark Davis with the jacket?
I love it, but. Are you ever going to look at that guy and be like, wait, why is this guy who was sitting at the Bellagio Sportsbook for the last 9 hours, why is he on the field wait a minute, that's Mark Davis. He owns the Raiders. He's
relatable.
Very relatable to an 8-year-old who wants to sit on the couch at his parents' house and play Game Boy and eat chips all day. It's
a good life.
We've been and maybe part of this was on us too, because when they hired Pete Carroll, it was like, don't look now, Brady, Carroll, this John Spytek guy who went to college with Brady. The Raiders might win 10 games this year. That was maybe the dumbest thing collectively we've ever thought up.
That was a we thing.
It was. It was.
Genty, too. We were all.
Oh, Genty. We loved Genty. He was on the show. We loved Genty.
Exactly. Hard not to, but it's just you watch them, and every week it feels like they are farther and farther away from being a team that is figuring it out.
Hey, they'll figure it out. All right.
Or it won't.
Sure. At some point in time in the future, they will.
And congrats to them for that.
Hell yeah.
They've been there before. They've been in the pinnacle before.
That's who they
before our time.
Rich Gannon. Sign Rich Gannon to come in and play quarterback.
I bet you he could still give a good.
Oh, yeah.
Arm might fall off, but.
Yeah.
I mean, not Rich Gannon.
Pop out. Pop
That's that's his new pump fake is actually dislodging his shoulder.
Yep.
And then bringing it out. He used to skip rocks.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't he? I mean, he was B.A. Rich Gannon.
Oh, yeah.
So good.
He was a beast. He had arm talent out of the.
First kid I ever offered at Temple as the head coach.
Wow.
And he turned around and beat our ass at Delaware.
He went to Delaware over Temple?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, Coach.
He wanted to get out of the city.
Rich Gannon wanted to focus on ball.
Love Richie. Love Richie.
Right.
And
He's a Philly guy?
Oh, yeah. St. Joe Prep.
Makes sense.
That's true.
Speaking of that part of the state, we have Kevin Brown from Harrisburg joining us in the second hour. He's one of the top-ranked offensive linemen in the history of ranking things. He's going to be announcing his commitment on our program today.
Sweet.
And on that note, would love to congratulate Virginia Tech on hiring James Franklin.
Yeah, go.
I know you were a part of the consulting group, the advisor group. That's amazing news. Congratulations to you guys.
Yeah, really, really pumped up. There's great years ahead of us at Virginia Tech, I think.
I know you don't want to feel like you're speaking for the group that did the hiring, but you were a part of the group that did the hiring. James Franklin, you guys, it felt like there was rumors for a long time. You guys, as soon as you saw he was available or in the market, that is who you wanted, I would assume. James Franklin, very accomplished guy, perfect for Virginia Tech right now.
Yeah, he was a number one pick all the way. You know, his records speak for itself. Been in the Mid-Atlantic for a long time in his career. Great recruiter, especially in Virginia. And, hopefully bright things are on the future for us.
Congratulations to you guys. That's a big deal.
Huge.
Yeah, James Franklin, I think everybody, Penn State people right now are like, a lot of pity parties for James Franklin happening on TV right now. Okay, whenever he came on College Game Day just a few days after he was fired from Penn State, boy, Penn State alum were not happy about that. Oh, okay. Yeah, this guy just lost the game Northwestern at home, and you guys are going to have him on here and make us feel bad for doing what we had to do. Basically is what Penn State people are saying. But on that note, Penn State people, as they get further and further away from the situation, just like I kind of said to Coach Franklin on the set, 10 years from now, 15 years from now, 20 years from now, the way they'll look back on the James Franklin era is a guy that I think stood in the fire with them, for them, and kind of flipped them into what they are now. Now, they will say that James Franklin wasn't able to get them over whatever hump hump that he was able to get them to this particular altitude. He is saying, I want to pick up and just take the national championship to our next place. From everything that I've learned somewhere else, he seems hungry and very eager to get back to coaching. And I think you guys got a great one. I'm a big fan of his after meeting him multiple times.
And getting it done now. Like, there's already kids that were committed to Penn State, and of course some of them, were lost. But I've seen multiple guys tweeting out about how they've received an offer from Virginia Tech. Obviously, probably going to follow James Franklin there. Who knows who is at Penn State right now? Who's a freshman that might say, like, oh, shit, I can go to the ACC and play for Virginia Tech. And, I just talk about paths to the college football playoff, especially with what's, coming out tonight. The ACC is a little different than the Big Ten. They might have a much cleaner path than what they would have had and what they have had at Penn State in the past.
All right, well, before we get to Tone's bracket, we got a chance to catch up with a coach whose name is obviously a topic of discussion everywhere down there at Ole Miss. Joining us now, the head coach at Ole Miss, a man who's obviously the topic of discussion in a lot of different cities, and it should be because his team's in the middle of a college football playoff push right now. Ladies and gentlemen, football icon and legend, Lane Kiffin.
Yeah, Lane-o.
What's going on, Lane-o?
Hey, guys. We're just having an awesome day here, man. Started meetings, get ready for a practice, and now we're on the Pat McAfee Show. How about that?
Yeah, what an honor. And obviously, we had been talking to Lane right before we just introed him, and it's been a spectacular morning down there in Mississippi. We're very thankful for everybody. How was the yoga this morning? I know 6 a.m. yoga is non-negotiable. How did you start your day? Was it a great start?
It was. Ann McLean taught a great class. It was extremely hard, man. We had some coaches in there. Keith Carter, AD, was in there, and it was a grind this morning.
Okay, so you and the AD obviously doing 6 a.m. yoga. We'll certainly dive into that relationship here in a matter of moments. Let's talk about ball, though. Huge win, obviously, over Florida. Right now, we're on our way to another massively successful banger of a season for your Ole Miss Rebels down there. How do you feel at this point? Got a bye week, and then you got the Egg Bowl on the other side, which is obviously massive rivalry in the United States of America, not just in the SEC.
Well, it was great to get that Saturday night win. Our crowd, the fans were electric. The atmosphere was. It was awesome. I don't know if you got to watch any, but it really was cool. And I would think, and I hear this a lot, there's no team in America that has more fun than Ole Miss and our players and the whole thing and the whole program. So it's just awesome to see. It's awesome to see them have so much fun. The interaction afterwards, they were going in the locker room. I brought them back out so we could go to the student section that was still out there. And Kewan Lacey had these big runs, as you see, and he brought the belt out afterwards, and it was awesome.
Yeah, you got a special thing brewing down there. And I know you and the Ole Miss fans, obviously, over the last 6 years, have developed quite a powerhouse down there. And obviously there's discussions at a lot of different schools, especially whenever you're winning, fans kind of get bored with it. They maybe leave. It was nice to see your place packed at the end. And I appreciate you bringing your student or your team back out to say thank you. I also appreciate the fact that you're throwing oops to the boys. You talk about having fun. That's a main message that you're sending to the crew. And how important do you think that is to the success of your team as well?
Well, I've been fortunate to be part of some really great runs in college football. Being at USC with Coach Carroll, and we won 34 straight, and then Coach Saban, our last 26 straight there, I think we won. So, and I remind these guys as they're in these runs and these great things, and now here are 3 straight 10-win seasons. Enjoy it, have fun. So often everybody's so serious, everybody's in it, and then they get out of it and they're like, man, remember those old days. Remember how great they were. So I remind them, hey, those good old days, you're in them right now. Someday, 10, 20 years from now, you're going to be saying, man, remember that run we had at Ole Miss? And we had that Division II quarterback that would make all those plays. And the running back was leading the country in touchdowns. And there was a dog running around on the field and the players were dunking. I said, you're in the good old days right now. So just have fun, enjoy it. And I think if you watch our team, you see them doing that.
Okay, so let's talk about having fun, enjoying it, staying in the moment. There's a lot of distractions that come with having success. You just talked about the past 3 years being an absolute juggernaut down there in the SEC for Ole Miss. All the success you've had in the past, your name is a topic of discussion everywhere, seemingly, and will be for the rest of your life. It's a good thing. I don't think it's a bad thing because it means that you're having success, which is why other people are certainly going to mention your name whenever jobs open up. But there's a rumor now circulating on the internet, and we appreciate you joining us here to maybe kind of clarify this. Was there like an ultimatum given to you in the middle of a season from Ole Miss? It feels like the way I'm reading it on the internet is that Ole Miss has told you, and you were doing yoga, I guess, this morning with the AD. Ole Miss has told you, like, we need an answer. Is that true? And how are you handling it all with the team with what's currently taking place?
Yeah, that's absolutely not true. There's been no ultimatum, anything like that at all. And so I don't know where that came from, like a lot of stuff that comes out there. Like I said, man, we're having a blast. I love it here. I mean, our running back's sitting right over here. Come on over. And it just couldn't be better. Like I said, you pray for things. Our fans prayed for this type of thing, and now we're in the middle of it. So enjoy it. You're 10-1. You're getting ready. You got a bye week. You get to watch half the country lose, and there's no way we can lose Saturday. And then you play the Egg Bowl and go dominate that and keep that Egg Bowl trophy home where it's been for a long time.
Okay, so Kewan Lacey, by the way, 19 touchdowns. Hey, 19 tuds. 19 tuds. Hey, last week on Tuesday, we had the president on. This week, we got the best running back in the country. Is that smart to say, Lane?
Yeah, we did know that. And that's why we were so excited when this came up. And I had to have him here. Man, you had the president of the United States 7 days ago today, and now you have the best running back in the country. How about that?
What a moment. Hey, Kewan, we appreciate you. Keep going, brother. Hey, I'm going to ask you, with him here, obviously you guys have kind of grown. How old are you, Kewan?
19.
19.
It would be so cool to be that athletic at the age of 19 with the world in front of you that it is with the current world that's happening. You guys feel like since high school, maybe throughout, even maybe junior high for guys as talented as you, this modern age, where you got to deal with a lot of distractions in business and chatter and social media and messaging. How do you kind of stay focused, especially with everything that's going on with your team and what the future could be?
Really just having a mindset of just getting better every day. You know, it's easy, you know, when you have coaches like this, you know, Coach Smith, just to keep you in the right direction, you know, and just, you know, staying focused, just, you know, going 1-0 each week too.
Have you ever returned any kicks?
In high school, I did.
What would you have done? You see me on the other side, buddy. What are you doing?
He's like carrying the ball like 33 times. We don't need more like we're good, dude. Hey, you're supposed to be helping us right here.
Yeah, right. I'm sorry. Hey, keep crushing it, Kewan. We appreciate the hell out of you, man. You're the best.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kewan.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for bringing him on, by the way. That's really cool. I think you're the first person that we talk to that on a very regular basis brings in players and other people. We met Winnedad. Obviously, had a chance to tell him, I'm sorry for picking against you, Winnedad. And then, obviously, you bring in Lacey, best running back. We appreciate how much you seemingly enjoy the hell out of your players and your players enjoy you. I think I saw you post, you were driving them to a game? Is this the tightest you've been with a team? Is that an accurate depiction of how you feel with this particular squad, especially with everything going on? Or is this kind of how every Lane Kiffin coach team is?
I think this is kind of how it is. I mean, we were extremely close with Jackson Dart and all the most draft picks last year in the history of the school. Left us last year and went on to the NFL. So that's just how we create our culture. And they should be on. They're the ones making the plays, not me. So, you know, all this success, all this credit, all these things, it is because of the players and the assistant coaches putting it all together that allow all this to happen.
Yeah, I think you got a special team. You're fun to watch. Speaking of that, big one next weekend after you watch half the country lose. Coach B.A. has a question for you, Lane.
Hey, brother, you know, I've been a part of 7 of those Egg Bowls, and you're the hottest thing in the country right now. You lose that one, they're going to try to fire your ass. You know that.
I know that. I know that, Coach. I've said when they're like, hey, all this stuff, and they're like, are you focused on other places? I said, no, I'm focused on winning because now what I've learned in college football, we have our little group chat with like Sark and Kirby and a couple guys, and we came up with this. You lose 1, you're out of the top 10. You lose 2, you're out of the top 25. You lose 3, you get fired. So, you know, we're focused on our job of trying to get to 1-0 every week because that's the profession we're in now.
Yeah, it certainly is. And it sounds like your players understand that more now than maybe ever before. So it's a special thing you got brewing. And you talk about losing 1 game, you're out of the top 10, 2, you're out of rank, 3, you're out of a job. It's like Ole Miss 7 years ago. I don't know if that was necessarily the expectations. So not that I am the deepest of SEC history guy, but I don't think the expectations come unless you create something special, which you certainly have. And you've lived in that world, I guess, where it's like, hey, we want to be in a college football playoff. whenever you know that that's the expectation every year, what is the mindset for you? Like looking ahead, are you trying to grow players right now? Are you trying to figure out this particular team, future culture? Like, how do you kind of balance it all when that is the expectation at the highest level? That's not the expectation at every school, you know that. But like at most schools that you are going to be talked about, that is the expectation. How do you handle that? Just one day at a time? The standard cliche shit?
Yeah, I do. I have an extremely high expectation how we should perform as a program, and I've had that since we've got here. So my expectation is way up there. So when outside expectations happen, or for instance, now our fan base that is now getting used to this, 10-win seasons every year, I'm good with it. I understand they're now coming to the expectation that I've had all along here. So some people will be like, man, they're going to expect you to do this all the time and everything. Great. Well, we're now aligned in our expectations of what we want our program to be. So I love that the fans now have what some people would say is unrealistic expectations for Ole Miss, because now they're just matching how I feel.
Yeah, I love that. I think you had that at FAU too. I think that's what you're planning on doing down there on this tour. Coaching tour around the country that Lane Kiffin is on. Ole Miss has certainly reaped the benefits over the last 6 years. Talk about offensive explosion and being fun to watch. Go ahead, D. Butch.
Yeah, Coach, you're kind of known from the outside in for your passing game. Your wide open passing game, maybe up-tempo, but you're rushing the ball for over 200 yards a game now. So how does that work as far as, like, I guess, your scheme and then your personnel using what's best for you week to week to win a ball game?
Yeah, I think that's a misconception, the passing thing, as you referred to that, I've been this passing coach. We had Devin Singletary at FAU lead the country in touchdowns. Then Quinshon Junkins, when he was here, was leading the country in carries, and now Kewan Lacey leading the country. So we've been running the ball for a while, believe in running the ball. Think that was an issue last year why, we didn't end up going into the playoffs and going deep in the playoffs because we didn't have that running game. Had we, with the defensive players and Jackson Dart and stuff, I think we would have been there deep into the playoffs. So really glad that we've got that back. We had a 1 year off of having a great running game, and now we're back.
Yeah, it's fun to watch, and Lacey seems like an absolute dog.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, immediate salute upon getting on there. I respect that.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably,
what did you say earlier? He's got 19 touchdowns, and he's 19 years old. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
19.
Yeah, he's got a lot of time left to really take over football and only get better, and certainly has already done some incredible stuff. Ty has a question for you.
Yeah, Coach, last year I think a lot of people believed you guys were one of the 12 best teams in the country, and, what happened. You got left out, and it is what it is. But I remember you saying, you were in a position where you kind of had to root for chaos, given, the situation you were in, maybe being on the bubble last year. With this year, and there being, potentially 8 or 9 teams that are still in play to make the college football playoff from the SEC, is that mantra kind of still the same? Or are you still kind of in hey, like you mentioned, half the country is going to lose this week and you guys don't play? Or is it different because after the Egg Bowl, the hay is in the barn and what you guys will have needed to do is already done, and then you can change your mind or your mindset, I guess, to the playoffs on the horizon?
Yeah, I looked at it going into the Florida game as we have 2 one-game seasons. We had Florida. Let's make sure we win that. Then we got a bye, and then we got a 1-game Egg Bowl. Let's make sure we win that. And then we've taken care of our business. There's too many variables, because everybody's like, well, you got to get to the top 12 teams. Well, now we're finding out that depending on how other things go, you really got to get to the top 10 teams to make sure you make the playoffs, because there might be 2 of the teams might not even be in the top 12. They could be number 20 and 25 or something with the current flawed system. So, like you said, everybody's like, well, man, you better be in the top 12. No, you better make sure you're in the top 10, or you might get left out.
1 loss out of the top 10, 2 losses out of the top 20, 3 losses out of a job. I love that you guys just kind of understand that now. Yeah, that is life. Such is life. You're living. Go ahead.
Yeah, we just saw it out with Brian Kelly. That's exactly the scenario that just happened. So I ain't worried about other stuff. I'm worried about making sure we win.
Yeah, because if we win, I still have a job. And now, if we win, there's a chance.
And if we win, you'll have me on, because we know the story before how over the years I tried to get on and you didn't let me on until we won enough.
Is your SID there?
No, he would still be asleep. He would not be here. This is too early for him.
Yeah, so let's believe his side of the story, not ours.
Yeah,
Definitely. Connor has a question for you about life these days.
I'm joking with you. I really do believe your side.
No. Yeah, I'm joking too. I'm joking.
He had told me all along differently, but I know now that we've become buddies, I know the truth.
Well, on that note, SID, I like he's a little bit of a dog too. And I like that he sleeps in. Get a little cat nap in there as well. I enjoy all of that. Go ahead, Con.
Yeah, Lane, most SIDs suck at their job, just FYI.
Most, yes. We have learned that almost all of them. Go ahead.
Almost all, if not all.
No,
that's
not
okay.
all. No, because I'm going to run into one and I'm going to say, you're not the one we're talking about. So it's not
my opinion.
Yeah,
does
almost
not reflect.
all. Yeah, almost all.
But Lane, one thing we all love to see from you is when you post on IG and X, kind of those day-to-day segments from the book that you're reading. How much does that mean to you, and how important it is to you to get in that book every day and kind of help you stay in the moment, kind of keep that moment-to-moment awareness? And is that something you fall back on a lot of the times, especially amid all the chaos Ty just mentioned?
Yeah, it sure is. I've really changed in that of, I used to just coach thinking, okay, well, it's about getting the players good and getting them to the NFL. And now I've realized, like, I have this, really, God's put me on this wonderful platform that for whatever reason, people listen to me and follow me. So to be able to help people now, especially because of all the things I went through and learned from, is my favorite thing. When people come to me and say, hey, I watched your E60, man, and I've made changes in my life because of that, or my son did. And I'm like, man, that gives me a feeling that is so much better than any win or any trophy or anything. So I've kind of become addicted to that, like wanting to just help people not make some of the same mistakes, or if they're in some tough spots, helping them through that because of things I've gone through.
What's the name of that book? The Pivot Year? Is that what it's called?
Yes, The Pivot Year, Brianna West.
And it's like daily words? Like what? I don't think I fully understand. What is it?
Yeah, it's just stuff that she wrote that every day has something in there. Like, today, like if you're 90 years old, man, what would you tell yourself when you're making decisions? I thought was kind of an amazing read this morning.
See, my issue as soon as I would read that is, lady, I'm not living to 90. What's tomorrow?
I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to say that.
Then I got the next day. But it's 365 days, I assume, of messages?
Yeah.
I love the idea. I love the concept. Maybe we do one of those in here, and we just project it up onto that wall when everybody walks in here.
Not a bad idea.
We got the
thing.
Yeah, the thing.
Yeah, we'll put it up on the thing.
Perfect.
Thank you, ladies.
Maybe you every morning make one up. As you're like kind of going through your morning thing, and you kind of have your tradition of what helps get you clear in the morning, and then you write one for everyone.
You're our early riser.
Yeah, your like moment as you're sitting there, the Pat McAfee moment.
Another job.
Motivating McAfee.
Motivation by McAfee. Motivation by McAfee.
All right, I'll do it in that sauna that I'm in the morning.
There we go.
Now, messages.
Don't start with just don't start with things like, well, you probably won't live to be 90, so this doesn't matter. But
let me write
stay a little
my
more
book.
Positive.
Can I write my messages, please? Okay, Brianna can write hers. I'll write mine. We don't know if we're going to make it to tomorrow. That is not a bad way to look at today. Now, on that note, I will try to do this, maybe for a betterment of my own being, too. This will help me a lot. So I'm going to do this for incredibly selfish reasons. I don't know how long it's going to last. Let's assume I start one tomorrow.
Okay.
I'll add you, Lane Kiffin.
I
don't know if this makes it to Friday, but
if it does,
we're on to something.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Pat, stop worrying about Friday, Saturday. Just one day, man. Do it for one day, and then the next day maybe do it.
Maybe
just one day.
Maybe you should do this.
One day.
You're the man. Ladies and gentlemen, his name is being talked about in every city. But right now is the good times for Ole Miss. And he's enjoying every single second of it. Keep doing you, Lane. We appreciate the hell out of you, man.
All right, guys. Thanks for having me. Howdy toddy, go Rebs.
Hashtag come to the sip.
Come to the sip anytime, man. Hey, you got to do the walk with us sometime, man. We had your buddy Theo Vaughn did the walk. He said it was one of the best experiences of his life.
I saw the video pop up on the internet, and I see you two standing next to each other, and I'm like, this is awesome. And of course, and then I see some videos of Theo experiencing it. And obviously, if you're not a part of the sports world, especially, big time sports world, you very rarely get to experience something like that. It's a special feeling when everybody's kind of coming together saying, hey, go kick their ass. That's a special thing I think that sports has that nobody else has, Coach.
Yeah, he started the walk, and I don't think he realized, like, the walk's like a half mile. It's a long walk through like 50,000 people. So like right off the bat, he's screaming, "This is the greatest thing ever. Let's go. Kick it off. Kick it off." And I'm like, "Hey, bro, we still have a half mile to go."
All right. I'll catch him for the
Like
final
the guy
100
that starts
yards.
the marathon and the sprint.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right. Well, thank you for doing that for Theo, letting him experience
Yeah,
it.
it was cool.
Thank you for being good for college ball, and thank you for your time this morning. You're the best.
All right, guys. Have a good one.
All the best.
And we don't know if we're going to make it to 90. So let's make sure we enjoy today because we're in the good old days. You're the man, ladies and gentlemen, Coach Lane. He was awesome. He was awesome. Obviously, we didn't ask him where he was going to be coaching next year. And I think if he was to give an answer, he would say, "I love being at Ole Miss." I think he does too. You know, there's a lot of old sayings about like, don't leave happy. And it seems like Lane Kiffin is the happiest he's ever been. Now, obviously, there's a lot of different situations that are open. And what he has been able to accomplish at Ole Miss over the last 6 years, I think people around the SEC, old school SEC people are like, hey, he has made this place an expected powerhouse, which is something special and good for ball as a whole. And they also see the style that he plays with. The way he plays is an explosive style. It's fun to watch. And if you're able to get a loaded defense alongside of what he can do on the offense, it's easy to see like, hey, this could be a national champion in the making. And I think Ole Miss is thinking the same thing. So it's a very interesting time for Lane Kiffin. It's an interesting time for these coaching searches. You know, James Franklin was obviously the biggest name that was available for this particular coaching cycle, and he just signed with Virginia Tech. All the other coaches that were maybe going to become the head coaches whenever these schools opened up, they've all re-signed massive deals at their place. So Lane Kiffin's decision, which I guess he's saying, well, there's no ultimatum, there's no decision being made. I'm in the middle of like a 5 year, I don't know how many years he has. I don't know what his contract is. He's just doing his thing right now at Ole Miss and certainly sitting in a great leverage position.
Yeah.
Let's assume that he understands that because he's been in the business literally his entire life. Like I understand the coaching business, but he seemingly loves Ole Miss. And every time he's there, every time he comes on, he brings a player on, which I think is sweet too. Lacey's just like, hey, we're trying to go one day at a time. We're trying to get better every single day. They're all locked in. It's like that's good leadership out of the guy who's very entertaining as well.
I love that. With all the distractions outside the building, that's always, I feel like, one of the biggest challenges for a coach is even on the professional level, but definitely on the collegiate level is kind of excluding the noise on the outside. He seems to have a great relationship with his guys. We see it during the games. You talked about throwing alley hoops, doing the shit. We see it post-game. It's always something with either his players or the opponent's players. And we feel like coaches, whenever we see them, they're always in recruiting mode. But the world that we live in, when you're that good at your job, like you do have a decision to make almost year in and year out, unless you're at one of these schools that you just feel like, okay, maybe Ohio State or like Alabama.
What do they call them? Blue bloods.
Yeah,
blue
but like,
bloods.
you know, once you get kind of to that top, it's like, okay, what other jump can you make? Ole Miss, while they are a national title contender, you can still look at the LSU job or even the Florida job and say, hey, maybe that's a bump up or a step. Even the Penn State job to some people. So we'll see where he goes. It will be a decision made, not only for coaches, but players in this environment. Even when Lacey pops in the screen, it's like, just can't help but think, like, okay, if he leaves, he'll probably be coming with him, or where will he be going next?
Because we've seen coordinators and quarterbacks.
Yeah,
exactly.
We saw it with Junkins. He mentioned Junkins. We saw him at Ohio State.
We've seen it in basically 70% of the schools that get very good bring a coach and player or players. Or Signetti came here to Indiana, brought a roster basically alongside of them and have massive success. It is a different time now with ever coaches changing. Go on, Todd.
Yeah, I was just going to say, like, there aren't too many times in your career, I don't think either, where we all know how good of a head coach Lane Kiffin is, but, like, he's the belle of the ball right now. You know, and I don't know how many times you get that opportunity where literally every college that has an opening, they want you, and they want you really badly. So obviously he's not thinking about other stuff right now, because if you're an LSU or you're a Florida, like, guess what? It really isn't that big of a deal. You can wait until January when the season's over if Ole Miss is to win the national championship, and then he can make a decision. But if you're an Ole Miss fan, I understand, you know, all this kind of stuff probably pisses you off because you'd like him to just sign an extension and declare his allegiance and stay there. But, like, you also have to understand, like, he may never get this opportunity ever again in his career.
Yeah, and it's also like, if you were in his seat right now, what would you do? You know, like, he loves Ole Miss. He loves, he's in the middle of his. All that shit is not happening with him either. I think he has an agent and everything else is kind of happening outside. He's just trying to win right now. And there's still time to do everything is what he's saying. But he's certainly got to understand the situation as well. I would assume Coach B.A., who's a coach in college and in the NFL, he understands the situation that is currently happening around him. He's not promoting it. I don't think he is. He literally only wanted to come on there to say, hey, Ole Miss and I do not have there's no heat between me and Ole Miss. I think is what he wanted to clear up. I think that is why came on today like, hey, there's no ultimatum. There's no, you need this. There's none of that happening right now. We are focused on ball right now. He knows all that's happening though, right, Coach B?
Oh, totally. And he knows he's been in this business as dad the whole time. That elevator rises real fast to the top to the bottom. And it's only a couple losses, like you said, and you're looking for a job. Right now, everybody wants you. Do what's best for your family.
And, okay, so B.A.
Exactly.
would like to go on the record, do what's best for your family, okay? This is old Coach B.A. I would like to go on the record and say, I love the fact that they are seemingly locked in on this egg bowl. Like, I appreciate that it feels like, and it might be the modern day with how the world works, but like that kid, Lacey, they've been talking to him since he's like 9th grade probably. There's been business deals trying to be happening since he's 10th, 11th, 12th grade. So like he might be only 19, but in this modern world that we're in of distractions, like the things we used to call big time distractions, money, getting money on the table somehow somebody's doing this, having negative things said about you, maybe in the media. Like these dudes are literally entrenched in this throughout their teenage years. They see everything that everybody says about them all the time. In their phone, and they have throughout their entirety. So it feels like they're a much more mature, maybe, group of individuals than maybe in the past because they've had to be, because they wouldn't be able to survive if they weren't. So it's like the way they handle a coach maybe getting talked about or more money being talked about, it's like they've been hearing that shit since they're 14 years old. Like, hey, you go win this tournament, there's a chance that you get an Adidas deal locked down or something in the future, a Nike deal, you do something like there's always been like stipulations to basically everything and everybody for these generation, I think. So it's made them much more welcoming to the situation, maybe easier for them to buy into everything happening. So I don't think there's any distractions anymore. Where it used to maybe be like some sensitive or some personal feelings. Now it's like these dudes are like, hey, this is business.
I think it still is, but I think the best ones are going to be able to separate it. They can compartmentalize, hey, I can handle the business, or have someone or some people handle that business. And then when it's time to, because it is still just as tough. In between those lines, we heard Kirby Smart talk about, hey, some players just want that check. They don't want the physicality. So being able to handle both, I think that'll be an even bigger separator of the two different type of athletes that we have going forward.
Hey, it feels like Ole Miss got a bunch of D2 guy comes in there, winning dad. It's like, yeah, I understand. Hey, you might go, they're saying you're going to get a bigger check somewhere. You should have seen what I was getting at Ferris State.
Yeah.
So what you guys offer me, you changed my life here. So if you get a potential, like I feel like they're just entrenched in it. They're like it's almost like more commonality between the coach and the player, almost like a much more understanding, which can rally a group. I think that can. So Ole Miss, there's a chance they benefit from all this conversation happening, actually, for the motivation of the team, even though their fans don't want to hear that at all.
Yeah, and it's not as if this is Lane's first rodeo. Like, he did this. That was the biggest thing when watching his E60. When he was at Tennessee and he, left to go to USC, like, that felt like a decision that people are trying to work him into. It's damn near like the internet and everybody in Ole Miss and how a lot it is about him not signing the extension, yada, 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 and all the options he has. Like, he went through that process at Tennessee, and what did he do? He ended up leaving Tennessee, and then there was a riot in the street. So like there's so many different aspects that go into it, and the fabric of college football is different because of the payment of players. So you can't really compare college football then to college football now, but you can compare him being poached by other schools and him having the temptation to leave and what he's doing right now. He went through the process already. Feels as though when he looks back on it, he might have approached that entire thing wrong at Tennessee, at USC, with how everything ended up. Whereas now he's more so like as enlightened as you can be. Like, hey, no, we're worried about right now. We're worried about today. We're worried about the game that's on our schedule still. Not worried about all the shit that could come because who the hell knows what changes.
Yeah, they lose every game out here. Things are going to change quickly to your point. And B.A., your words of advice once again to him would be?
Do what's best for your family.
All right. And on that note, let's go to Hammer. Time. AP Tone. Anything on Lane Kiffin that we missed? And also, what do you think the CFP committee is going to roll out this evening as their projected 12-team playoff for their third edition of the CFP projections?
Yeah, for Lane, I agree with Coach B.A. Do what's best for your family, and that's probably going to LSU or Florida.
Jeez. Oh, Miss are having a good time. Leo Vaughn's walking out there. They're unbelievable. football. They're throwing oops.
Listen, I love Ole Miss. I really, really do. But, I mean, they are playing that transfer portal game there, and it's not so much of that at Florida and LSU. So I think it's more of less of a dice roll season by season at those places. Plus, I mean, LSU at night. That's just
Ole Miss, they say.
Yeah, it's great. But let's talk about Ole Miss. Let's talk about tonight. Let's talk about the college football playoff. I do think Ole Miss moves up to number 6, and that is because Alabama lost. So 1's going to be the same, 2's going to be the same, 3's going to be the same. That's Ohio State, Indiana, and A&M. I don't see anything changing there with what happened this weekend. A&M, the comeback was impressive, so I don't think they're going to dock them for that. I don't think they're going to put them over for IU for that. So I think 1, 2, 3 stay the same. 4, Georgia got a big win over Texas. They bump up because Alabama was at 4 and they take a loss. 5, Texas Tech is going to move up to where Georgia was because they were at 6 last week ahead of Ole Miss. So there's no reason that I think Ole Miss is going to jump Texas Tech. So I think 5 and 6 will be Texas Tech and Ole Miss. And this is where the questions start coming in. So I have Oregon at 7. But I also had Oregon higher last time in the very first one, and they didn't love Oregon. They disrespected Oregon, and they had Oregon lower than other teams. But Oregon's only got 1 loss. Oklahoma's got 2 losses. Bama's got 2 losses. So I do think they're going to have Oregon at 7, but there's a chance that Oklahoma and Bama may be ahead of Oregon in that situation. We will see. Oklahoma at 8 because they just beat Bama head-to-head at 9, Notre Dame at 10. They had Miami at 11 last week. Miami won. I don't see any reason why they would move Miami out of that. Georgia Tech had a close win against Boston College. And then the toss-up is 12. I have North Texas. They're the only 1-loss American team. That could be Tulane. That could be Navy. But I just have North Texas up there at 12 right now.
All right. Well, I appreciate that. And we are trying to predict what the CFP committee is going to do, right?
Correct, yes.
Would that be the same as how you view it right now, though?
Similar, very, very similar.
All right, let's talk about the A&M ranking because it's going to become the topic of conversation because there's people that think, they should be ranked higher because of how great they have been, obviously, and they have won. They were down 30-3 at halftime. What did that tell you about the Texas A&M team? Do you dock them or raise their score for them?
I raise it. I mean, to come back, South Carolina's a good football team.
Yes, they're up 30-3 at half.
Yeah. They lost some close games to all the teams on that list right there. And to come back and score 30-some points and win the game, that talks about what's in their heart in the locker room. And Mike Elko is a hell of a coach.
Yes, he is. So you're saying after that game, you would raise them in the rankings as opposed to maybe lower them in the rankings? Because there's people out there that see those close wins, like Indiana over Penn State. Like Penn State not supposed to be that good. South Carolina not supposed to be that good. There's people that are like, it was really close. It was too close. Not as good of a team. We players have said, yeah, right. I think that type of win's more important than anything else. How do you view it?
Yeah, I think it's way more important. And it's hard to flip Indiana. Indiana's playing so good, and that win at Oregon. But look at that strength of schedule that A&M is playing. They're number 2 to me.
Oh, geez. He's saying, I'm on that side,
if you're number 1 in the SEC, then to me, you're number 2.
All right, we'll be back on the other side. Coach BA's made his point.
It's electrifying here in Happy Valley. We're lucky to be here. And, the way you win this is you have be the first 300 people here and you get a ticket. And then we randomly select a ticket, and that person gets an opportunity to kick a 33-yard field goal for an undetermined amount of money. This week, we had our man, William, right? What's your name?
William, yes, sir.
You won the raffle, and you said, I don't want to kick because I suck at kicking. Is that accurate?
More or less.
What is your major here?
I'm a finance major.
Okay, so money decision was, I suck at this. Let me try to find somebody who's good at this. How did you land on my man here, and what are your hopes in him?
Well, I was looking around. I saw my man. He said he plays soccer, and I was like, this is my guy right here, my guy Carson. I have faith in him, so I know he's going to get it done.
All right, you're Carson, right? You played high school soccer. Is that accurate?
I did play high school soccer.
Where are you from?
I'm from Hanover, Pennsylvania.
Okay, you're a Pennsylvania guy. Have you ever kicked a ball before?
Other than not football, soccer.
Okay. Well, hopefully you're terrible at this. It's $100,000. Are you guys splitting that 50-50?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we'll make it $300,000. $150,000 for both of you. Okay. You You only get one kick, though. You've gamed the ticket game, which I appreciate and respect. It's up to $300,000, $150 for both of you. Only one kick, though, Herbie. We're not doing anything. I don't care how many staters chant for another kick. Only one, Herbie. Played high school soccer. He's a good player.
We got a problem here.
That's right. It's a whiteout. It could be a special day. You could help out your guy, William, in winning $150,000. One kick. 300,000. Two.
You're a good man.
This minute.
You're a good man.
Carson, congratulations.
You crushed that.
William, way to go.
No,
It has been an expensive year out here at the field goal kick. Carson, I'm proud of you, buddy. 300,000, 150 to you, 150 to you. Good finance decisions were made. And the first top 6 whiteout has a magical vibe and an expensive one. Roar! 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 Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you. I think that might, maybe they should have turned that around and said thank you to Pat.
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey. Why? Let's go.
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for it.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers. You ping! Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to our humble abode, the Thunderdome, on this BA Day, November 18th, 2025. Hour 2 of the program begins now. Football! Ladies and gentlemen, that cadence that you just heard had a little hiccup in the middle of that. We're going to get him on the first one or the second one. And we're going to get that thing from deep down in the soul, down in the belly, because we need these people that are leaning on their fingertips. You see, they get that one little sound, and maybe they give a little flinch, and we get a free play. And what's a free play lead to? Well, that leads to a free deep ball. And a deep ball, no risk it, no biscuit, means maybe a touchdown. Means maybe we win this game. Maybe we win it all. And that's what a good cadence can bring. And that cadence was brought to you by a man who coached football for 47 years, quarterback legend, Super Bowl champion, Bruce Arians.
Hey.
That's what a good cadence can do. Can change lives, can change a city, can change a team.
Yeah, this can't.
It's a good point.
I didn't know we were going to utilize this as an opportunity. Hey, need to get this out of the game. We're not doing fake claps. We're not doing real claps. We're going, hey, we need at least a little bit of leadership out there is what you're saying.
Getting something down your gut. Let's go.
Yeah, we need, because they're going to need that at some point in their life.
Indeed.
Yeah, not even just in football, just in life in general. Going to need to be able to have a little bit of command at some point, especially if you're playing quarterback.
I can't tell you how many quarterbacks I've interviewed over the years. Oh, I never called a play. What's your snap count? You've never called a play and you never used a snap count. You're a quarterback. I can throw. There's a little bit more to it than that.
It's not on them, though. I mean,
No, it's
obviously,
not. No,
we're
it's
kind
not.
of giving them an excuse, but legitimately, their entire football careers have been, hey, you're just the most athletic guy we got, okay? Don't you worry about anything. You look over at us, we'll tell you to play, and then you're just easy as this, okay? If we hold up 2, okay, that's what you're doing. And they don't really expect anything from them. I think Tom Brady actually did an entire take on this about how when you don't really expect much from people, you're not really going to reach their expectations of themselves ever or whatever. You put more responsibility on people, they're actually going to show up for you in a bigger way. And he thought football was getting too simplified. Sounds like you as quarterback also feel the same way. Now, are we getting back, though? Does it feel like it's coming back?
It's very cyclical. I don't see that many teams holding up the cards going 1,000 miles an hour.
Because we got the headphones now. In the helmets.
Oh, yeah.
You thought I was talking to you? Yeah, they're using the headphones now. Yeah, they're like the NFL. College is like the NFL now.
So I brought over Mike Norvell. He was at Arizona State to Arizona Cardinals. I teach our guys all this shit you're doing, man. I said, but if you could talk to him, would you do this? He said, hell no. Exactly.
Yeah, so now that they have the ears, they're able to do it. It has changed it a bit. And I think also the style of football, it feels like it's kind of changing right in front of our eyes. Now, last night, the Dallas Cowboys get a huge win. The talks tables here at Boston Connor and at Ty Schmidt. 9-year NFL vet, Darius J. Butler.
Yes, sir.
Huge takeaway from the Dallas Cowboys last night from you is?
I like their defense going forward. I feel much better about it now. It was against the Las Vegas Raiders, so I'm not too high on them. I would like to see him, kind of the same way. Hey, Dan Campbell, oh, man, he's back calling plays against the Commanders. Got to see it for a few more games against some good defenses. So I feel the same way. But I feel much better because I know Dallas, week in and week out, they can be great on offense. Not sure about the defense, but I feel better with the bodies that are on the field.
Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, is a college football national champion, a Super Bowl champion, a Ryder Cup winner, the all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers, A.J. Hawk.
Yeah.
Hawker, D-Butch big takeaway is, hey, the defense for the Cowboys might not be ass. They made some plays at the trade deadline. Obviously, Jerry Jones said, I'm going to be in the market at all times. I have a trade in my back pocket, maybe in my front pocket too. Shit, I might have one inside my boot. You never know what I'm going to do in this entire thing. Made some plays. They're getting some guys back healthy. D-Butch pointed out in the first hour, Malik Hooker, who obviously we know here in Indianapolis, at Ohio State, incredible player, especially whenever he's on the field. He just returned back after an injury. So it's like, are the Dallas Cowboys defense maybe primed to go on a little bit of a run to maybe get them back into contention down there?
I mean, they absolutely should be. I think the Quinnen Williams, Kenny Clark duo up front is awesome. Those guys are going to give O-lines nightmares, I think, moving forward. But Logan Wilson's also came over from the Bengals. He was running around the middle of the field a decent amount. And look at this run stopping. I just like when they kept cutting to Jair in his box, and he was kind of slouched down in his seat. He was cackling a few times after Quinnen Williams would make a play. Like he was. I think he was feeling pretty good last night.
The amount of Jolly G, I assume, that there was, and I know it. Did not tell him. Did he have one of those things where he walks out and they have microphones in his face? Do you remember those things?
Oh, yeah.
Did he have one of those last night, and did it look like come closer? Got to be able to stop the run. I said it, and we were able to do it on prime time here. This is what I've been saying. Now, Mr. Clark, he was part of that Michael trade that nobody was talking about.
Yep.
I felt like I was a super genius now. Nobody even talked about Mr. Clark. You know what he does in the middle of the D-line? You think they're running on us? I don't think so. And then wait till you see Quinnen Williams. You ever heard of him? You have. Yeah. He's coming over as well. And guess what we're going to do? We're going to stop the run. And Michael, what's he doing? Well, he's closing out games for the Green Bay Packers. We don't need that. Don't ask about Michael.
I think Michael's a sack of shit, so don't ask me about Michael again.
Jerry's got to be so pumped. He's got to be so pumped right now. He's potentially drilling for $100 billion in natural gas, and his defense is doing what he was hoping that it would do in the end, and they might get back into contention. Now, on the flip side, Las Vegas Raiders, we made a massive pitch in the first hour, I don't know if you heard, for Maxx Crosby to just not be on their team anymore. And I understand that takes a lot of different decisions. There's a lot of emotions involved in this. I understand, there's been a lot of turnover and there's been a pillar and there's only been a certain amount of pillars of the Raiders franchise, and Maxx Crosby wants to epitomize everything that there is to be a Raider, and I appreciate that. But a part of just being a Raider and nobody else is we're not going to see you in a big game ever, And I'm bummed out about it. That's what it feels like, at least. I feel like they're just a cursed franchise. Every decision that is like, just goes... No. No. Yeah. And no.
What do they do? I mean, what do they do with Pete Carroll, first-year head coach? Like, what do you do? Obviously, the trade deadline's gone, so Max is there for the rest of this year. But what happens after this? Like, this offseason, what does it look like for the Raiders?
I have no idea. I honestly have no idea what they do. All these people are so new, and it was supposed to be good. Yeah. Now, granted, hey, let them get their culture in there. Okay? Yeah.
No doubt.
Let them get their culture in there.
No.
Let them.
No.
What?
Pete Carroll's he's not a spring chicken. All right. Took a shot, and the shot was, hey, let's compete now. We don't need to go win a Super Bowl now, but we need to be competitive. So if you finish this season how it started, you move on. You restart. Brady, Spy Tech, you restart. I love Pete. Might be a little long in the tooth.
What?
Yeah. I love Pete. And it was some shots on him on the sideline where he didn't look like the same old Pete.
I know. I saw the gum was beating him.
I don't like that.
I know the gum was beating him. I don't like that.
At
the bottom of the crunches, The gum wrapping a little bit longer, so it's a slower uplift. The gum starting to win a little bit more than what it used to be. Okay, I understand what you're saying when you talk about those types of things.
I like Pete.
But Pete is only one, legitimately, from what I remember. Now, I think there was a time maybe in New England he was coach, and maybe some other places where it didn't go well. But from my entire memory life, USC he wins, Seattle he wins. He's awesome. Coach. Everybody loves everything he says. He gets kicked out of Seattle, I mean.
Yeah.
And how's Seattle now?
Sweet.
And Seattle's really reaping the benefits of that right now, moving on. They got a nice young coach in McDonald, and boy, I'll tell you, he fucking brings it on the defensive side.
It happened fast.
And they got a quarterback who's kind of on a revenge tour just for the entire world. Now he had a bad outing against the Rams. They were wearing a midnight mode. It's tough to play against them. Everybody was making the ghost joke, so let's relax. Okay, there's no reason for that just because it was midnight, and ghosts.
Yeah, Puka.
Yeah, he dropped a subtle little ghost out there, but I think that's because he's like paying tribute to T.Y. Hilton because he's always open.
Sure.
Out there. Mm-hmm. But the Seattle Seahawks turned the page quickly, painted over the walls. Legion of who? Yeah.
I don't love that.
Pete Carroll? Yep. Yeah, let's get him out of here.
Triple coat that one.
Russell Wilson? Yeah. Yeah. Let's do that. Super Bowls? Okay. All right, we'll find new ones for those. And thank God, new team. Jesus, we hated it. Thank God we got a new team. And now they are a whole different team, brand new characters, brand new dominance. And Pete Carroll had to sit out for a year, and then he gets his opportunity here with Las Vegas. And I just know Pete Carroll, especially for how competitive he is, every day wants to compete. Everything's a competition. That's why he's still in shape. That's why he can still spin it at 70, whatever he is. It's like he wanted to be good, very good.
Oh, yeah.
With the Raiders. I mean, he wanted this to be great. And that is why they brought in Geno.
Yeah.
And that's why they did make some plays. That's why
what were the expectations, though? Like, honestly, what was the expectation coming in? They think they were a playoff team?
No, it's what D-Butt said. Just competitive. And it hasn't been like Chip Kelly's the highest paid offensive coordinator in the NFL. They're the 31st offense.
Shit.
Like we forget about that too. And it does take a lot of nuts to cut bait after 1 year. But from a team that just did it, like sometimes it is the right decision. Sometimes you do have to do that. And keeping the GM spy tech would also make a lot of sense.
They're in no man's land because I understand. We've talked about this with the Jets right now with what they're doing, but they have so many positions in need, and I understand Maxx Crosby could be a top 5 Raider of all time. They need to trade him. They need to trade Brock Bowers. They need to stockpile as many picks as they can because they have about 15 positions in need that they have, and they need to go just try to get lucky and find those guys. We've heard about Brady and Spytek. They think Spytek's really good. It just, like, it's too bad, but you have to blow it up.
And we don't want to keep doing this. We feel bad for Raiders fans. We would like your team to be good because the Raiders being good would be sick. We just fear that it's probably, Tom Brady's in there making decisions for you guys, and it's not going well. In my simple football brain, I go, Tom Brady can't figure it out. I don't know. Who else would you call? Tom Brady. Well, he's there already.
It's not working?
I don't know. You're not going to call me. I'm not giving you an answer. Tom Brady's giving you the wrong ones. I don't even know what it is. But that's why I believe that maybe they do have a chance to be good.
Yes. But it's also one of those things where if you're like, we talked about Ben Johnson and Brady, and like if you're one of these like kind of up and coming coaches who a lot of people are looking at and they like, or do you want to go take the Raiders job and potentially get fired in like a year and a half as opposed to just getting an also-ran who's been around there? Like, I don't know.
I mean, it's tough. It's a tough decision. I would not get rid of Pete for sure. Pete's got so much energy, and he lives for it. I worked with John Spytek. He's outstanding. Great evaluator. They'll kill the draft each year. I think, like you said, I'm not getting rid of Brock. No, he's too young. He's too good.
He's unbelievable.
All right, Max is up there. Let's get as much as we can for him.
Okay.
Maybe we get 3 offensive linemen for him.
Okay, that'd be a good idea.
All right, 2 in the draft and a trade. And now we got fixed up front. Geno can still spin it. He's shown it. He was lighting it up there on those play action passes last night. And then all of a sudden, one gets tipped. Now all of a sudden, they're throwing it 20 times a game with the best young running back in the league. I don't know about that one, but it all goes up front again. Yeah, but I'm not blowing that up.
Okay. All right. Coach BA speaks, and we shall listen. Tom Brady is there. We assume he'll have success. Pete Carroll, to his credit, has had success. Tom Brady letting Geno be the quarterback for the team that he's on. He has respect for Geno.
Yeah.
I think we all think Geno getting a bit unlucky a lot of times this season, but he's taking the blame for everything happening in the city, which we respect and appreciate. Let's pivot away from that, and let's go to a moment that we're honored to be a part of. So this has started to happen on a few different occasions now. Not on a regular basis, but a few different occasions where our show is allowed to be a part of like one of the biggest moments of an athlete's life, where somebody commits to a university to play football or basketball or whatever their sport is of choice and continue their athletic career. Now, we assume, especially with getting to know the guys that have done that on our show, that these guys are going to go on to be pros and potentially Hall of Famers. And it's an honor that we are a tiny part of their guaranteed documentary later about their football lives. And today is no different. We got a dude from Harrisburg High, Pennsylvania. He's 6'5", 285 pounds.
Jeez.
18-year-old dog. His face and hair make him look like Captain America. When his picture hit the internet, I didn't think anybody could really look like that. He's almost chiseled like he's a Greek god, a statue of a man, an 18-year-old high schooler who's one of the top-ranked offensive linemen in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us now, Harrisburg High stud, Kevin Brown.
Yeah, Kevin.
How we doing? Hey, I didn't want to gas you up too much, but I think people needed to understand who we're talking to here. You know, I hope you didn't get too embarrassed for that entire. Yeah, okay, good. Who do you have with you here, Kevin?
I have my dad, my mom, and my grandma.
I see family. How are you doing? It's an honor to be a part of this day with your family. Dad, hell yeah. Thank you for your service to the West Virginia Mountaineers and as an NFL stud. I appreciate the hell out of you. Now, Kevin, obviously we talked about you being 6'5", 285, and now the world knows your dad, NFL lineman as well, and NFL stud. How long has the recruiting process been for you, and how has it gone to get to this particular point? I know, obviously, with everything that happens in the college coaching world, it kind of changed it a little bit, but how has your recruiting time been in your life here, Kevin?
I mean, it started when I was a freshman. Troutwine from Penn State recruited me, and then West Virginia was my second offer, and they just kept piling on from there. And then in July of my sophomore year, I committed to Penn State, and that was awesome. I was set in stone. I was ready to go to Penn State, and then James Franklin gets fired, and then I got to open it back up, and it was stressful, man. For the past 2 months, texting 10 coaches a day, and yeah, I mean, stressful, but very blessed to be in the situation I'm in.
Yeah, anytime you have that much attention, there's good reason. There's a lot of hard work that has gone into you getting to this moment in your life. And obviously, when there's a change of a coach, a change of an entire organization, you're allowed to reevaluate things as the school did for themselves. After doing that, I think now would be a great time to let the world know where you're headed next, Kevin.
Yeah, I mean, I've been praying about it, thinking about it, talking to my parents, talking with coaches, and it's clear to me where I have to go. And I'm committing for the next 3 to 4 years in the University of West Virginia, baby.
Yeah!
Come
Kevin!
Let's go.
Country roads, take me home to the place I belong.
You're gonna take him off.
West Virginia.
Yo.
Yeah, buddy. Congratulations.
Where are you taking us?
I appreciate it. I have a special surprise for you, man.
All right.
You won't believe it, but listen here.
His dad.
I'm bringing couch burning back to Morgantown, baby. Let's do it. Yo, some difficulties, but we're going to do it. Yeah! My little brother, man.
There it goes.
Yes.
There it goes.
Okay. Kevin, I like that. Kevin, I respect.
We're bringing it back, baby.
Okay, the Morgantown police aren't going to love that. But I'll tell you what.
You're fine with it, man.
You got one.
Oh, yeah. Okay, we like the good old days out there, baby.
Big commitment W, baby. Let's do it.
Okay, I like that. We're celebrating for sure in Morgantown with you coming. Yes. yes.
Let's do it.
Hey, Dad.
Oh, that's hot, baby.
Yeah, it's going to be hot.
Be careful.
Yeah, you got to watch yourself. Listen, I'm not saying that. Oh, man, look at that fire.
That thing's going.
Let's go. Put the thing out.
Oh, that's amazing. Hey, Dad.
Hold it still.
Hold it still. Hey, Dad.
Yes.
Hell yeah, man. Getting your boy to go to West Virginia. I know you played for Coach Rod back in the day. What do you think of this whole thing? I'm obviously incredibly proud of our alma mater.
Yes, I'm super. It's been a tough process because the situation at West Virginia. Hold on one second. Hey, guys.
Okay.
Quiet.
Yeah, you got to do what you got to do. Yeah, Coach.
Hey, the situation at West Virginia hasn't been good for the last couple of years, and it's been tough with the last couple of coaches. Once Rod came in, my stomach dropped because he's already committed to West Virginia. Committed to Penn State, and it's been heartbreaking for me since he's been a sophomore because he's been committed so early, and then Franklin got fired, and all the situation at Penn State fell apart. So it's been such a blessing, actually.
Yeah, hell yeah, it has. Hell yeah, it has, Coach.
For sure. It really has been.
And Kevin, let's talk about you. Yes, okay, so you grew up, obviously, a West Virginia fan, I would assume. I know you're in the Penn State area, so obviously you have friends and family from there. But with your dad going to West Virginia and obviously having a lot of pride in West Virginia, you grew up around the culture, you grew up around Coach Rod and everybody?
Yeah, grew up, not Coach Rod, Holgerson.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah, it was not the West Virginia culture we know today. Like, we went to a practice one day and they kicked us out. Like, not a good feeling.
Yeah, got it. Yeah.
And then my sophomore year, I went to West Virginia on a visit, and the O-line coach didn't even watch my film.
Okay.
Like,
all right, now let's not talk about those things. Let's not talk about those things. Let's talk about the future. Let's talk about the future. They didn't talk to me either.
OV this summer, and like, holy cow, like, totally changed. I went to Georgia, Alabama, Auburn, and West Virginia's facilities, coaches, and everything was just elite.
Hell yeah. We appreciate the hell out of you, man. I can't wait to watch you change the program. I can't wait to watch you kind of experience life. I will keep in touch. Please tell your dad and family we said thank you. And Kevin, good luck out there, brother. You're the man.
I appreciate it.
Hell yeah. Ladies and gentlemen.
Talk to you later.
Yeah, hell yeah. That's West Virginia University Mountaineer Kevin Brown.
Yeah, Kevin.
You guy's a madman.
Wow. I have a surprise for you at the end.
Yeah.
Is what he told me. I had no idea what it was. I had no idea what that
I thought it was like a painting.
Yeah, I talked to him this morning. I've gotten a chance to catch up with him here. I mean, you're talking about a guy that's committed to ball, bro. I mean, you're just like all these other guys that we talked to, AJ. And obviously, Ohio State was on the board there, and we did keep AJ off the screen.
Yeah. Wait a minute, is that AJ Hawk?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, there was no way you were going to slide in there. Okay, there was no way you were going to slide in there. Obviously, Penn State was a part of the original commitment, and then whenever they changed their mind, he did the same thing. And I wasn't letting BA talk in there either. Because
Coach Frank Gillespie.
Yeah, exactly. So we were keeping everybody off camera for that particular time. That's huge for West Virginia, AJ. Obviously, you guys experience this at Ohio State a lot, but with what Coach Rod is trying to build, we got a freshman quarterback in Scotty Fox who's a dog, okay? He's an absolute dog, a beast, this guy. Not scared of anything. And then we get like a tone-setter offensive lineman. I think it kind of sets the stage for what type of team we want to be and what a hard-edged team is. I think it's like a big precedent setter for the entire culture, this type of shit, AJ.
Oh, absolutely. And just, I mean, after these, I love watching the highlights of him, but that first still shot, that photo you guys had of him kind of like at a camp or whatever it was, that's a high school kid. Like, he hasn't even grown into his body yet. That's what's freakish about all that. And talk about like a legacy. His dad played there. His dad understands what it's about, and he seems to already understand the culture. Man, like that's a big day for West Virginia, honestly.
Yeah, huge day for us. It seems like a huge day for the dad too.
Yeah. Oh God,
really cool.
This clip is awesome.
Yeah, this is his huddle. This is the first minute of his huddle highlight. There is more, obviously, and he's only going to continue. They're in the, I think, the quarterfinals of the state this upcoming Friday. I think he talked about all the text messages and everything that was happening throughout the last couple months since the Penn State change with that. I think he was excited to get this. Oh, I bet. It felt like he was excited to kind of get it out there. What a moment. And then, hey, we are taking it back, he said. get the couches ready. And I like how prime they had. Do you see the gasoline there?
Oh, yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, they had gas ready for that thing. They've lit a fire or two before.
I'll say.
I mean, they have certainly been around it.
For sure. There's no doubt about it.
What a moment, though, there, Coach. Like, honestly.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest days of your life. When you get it all off of you, you're committed and you're excited, and you get to sign that scholarship, it's amazing.
And now we just kind of focus on just going forward with ball. Now, granted, there's a chance, I mean, West Virginia fucks around and wins the national championship next year.
I don't see why not.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank God Rich Rod's back. So that tape, I mean, O-line coach didn't even watch it. Just watch 3 plays.
What's going on?
That's in the past.
We don't know
That's what I'm saying. Thank God Rich Rod's back.
We don't, I wasn't really, I wanted a Hall of Fame this year. It wasn't because of previous years, I don't believe. There isn't necessarily that. But on that note, I think each team was trying their best for West Virginia. Each organization kind of ran themselves a little bit differently. I think when Dana got to West Virginia, they went to the Big 12. It was like a big difference. They painted the walls, basically.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, hey, we're a brand new team. I think they tried to get better in schooling, like the academics. Like they tried to re-franchise almost every part of it. And they had success, because Gino and Tavon were unbelievably electrifying, and they won a BCS game, so it was a big deal, So they had a brand new era almost. So our era that had just basically finished, which was the most successful maybe ever. Now, the boys back in the day could have been in a national championship, so I don't want to disrespect them. But Pat White won 5 bowl games, including a Senior Bowl, 2 of them being BCS. And if it wasn't for a kicker missing a couple kicks in the first quarter, we probably in a national championship, he probably wins it as well. So we were an unbelievable team, but they were trying to move on from our era. They were trying to move on from the Rich Rod. They were trying to move on from everything we were. So I understand what they were trying to do. It didn't work out. And then Neil Brown comes in, and that didn't work. And that was vastly different than what I had experienced. It was just, it was hard for I think our group to relate to these groups as well, just because vastly different styles of everything. Just everything was completely different. So then Rich Rod comes back, and it almost felt like, I think, the group that played for him at the beginning felt like, oh, we're allowed, or we're welcome back home again because we're allowed to talk about everything that kind of happened in the past. And I think that's what shined through right there in that conversation the most, where some of the things he wanted to say is like, it felt like Kevin was like, I wanted to be a West Virginia guy.
Yeah.
Like, my dad was in there, but like they were so focused on like not thinking about the past. Like this guy played for the last, we're not even thinking about that. We're trying to do it differently. If that would have worked, it would have been great, but obviously Rich Rod's back, and now it feels like there's a little bit of a hard edge. Joining us now is a man who's just looking for this far. Mm-hmm. It's all he's looking for. Head coach of the West Virginia Mountaineers, a man who cannot say a recruit's name in public or on media until they sign a commitment scholarship. Head coach of the West Virginia Mountaineer football team, Rich Rodriguez.
Hey, Coach.
How you doing, Coach?
What's going on, guys?
Hey.
We're having a good day, I guess.
I think you're having a pretty good day. There's a celebration happening around West Virginia. Obviously, you can't say any names of any recruits, but what does the future look like for the West Virginia Mountaineers on this particular day?
I can't say any names of any recruits, but we're having a great day. I hear there's couches that are burning. There's and this mount has now gotten down to that.
Yeah, absolutely.
From what I understand, so it's all good. It's a process, but BA can tell you, it's sure a hell of a lot easier to get that much when you got big people that move other big people against their will.
Okay, so let's talk about people that can do that. I have learned of these 18-year-olds, that are like, I don't know, 6'4" to 6'6" range, like 275 to like 295. It feels like at a younger age, they're getting more strong, more mature, but also off the field, it feels like they understand business more. We just talked to a guy who committed to a place. He said he had been recruited basically since his freshman year. This is also during the NIL era. Whenever you're talking to future players of your team, does it feel like they're a more mature bunch? And does it feel like they're able to understand what you're looking for easier? Because it feels like you have to be able to buy into the culture if you really want to transform a place.
Yeah, there is. But you know what, Pat? You still, as a coach, you want to find a guy that has all those athletic ability, the size, the speed, the strength, the athleticism, but also a guy that just loves football, not likes it, but loves it and needs it. And if you find that guy that has all that ability and the size and the strength and all that, and he really loves football, he loves the work, he loves the hard edge mentality, then you got everything you want in a guy. And that's what we're doing or trying to get right now. We want those guys. And they're out there.
Yes,
and
they're
going to come. And they're going to come, and some of them are going to come to West Virginia.
Yes, they are. And that's what they're going to do. Hey, they're going to win some games. And I think we're going to put a product on a field that resembles the old school days. I don't know if you've kept in touch or kept up with West Virginia football since you leave and obviously have your own coaching journey and what West Virginia kind of went through and the cycles of it all. But it does have a lot of people saying, hey, it feels like the old days. Now, obviously, you were coaching in the old days. But from the people that I talked to that went back for the Sugar Bowl reunion, and even from other sports, basketball players even were like, hey, this feels like the times when West Virginia sports was something that was unique, different than everybody else, playing a different style and a different type of edge, hard edge than everybody else, but also successful. Does it feel like that right now? And is this what you were envisioning when you chose to come back?
Yeah, it did, Pat. And we knew we were going to have some road bumps. We didn't expect to be playing 4 quarterbacks and 5 tailbacks and all that kind of stuff injury-wise. But we also knew that we had to make sure we set the culture the first year. We make sure no matter what happens, our culture, our hard edge, our work ethic, our toughness, all those kind of stuff has to be set this year. And that's painful sometimes in the process of doing that. But we think we're getting there. We're not all the way there. And it's a hell of a lot easier to do that when you get the right guys on your roster, which we have some, but we're gonna have a whole lot more too. And this time next year, we expect to be talking about the playoffs and winning championships and all that stuff.
Hell yeah. Me too. Connor has a question for you.
Yeah, Coach, how big is it when you land recruits or guys in the transfer portal that are very familiar with the Rich Rod hard edge way? Do you feel as though that kind of gives you a leg up? And what do you think that says about the hard edge way when people are aware of what it means and they still want to come play for you?
Yeah, that's a good point. We think we could train once the culture is established. The only ones you got to teach are the new ones coming in, right? But still, is it difficult? A little bit more different nowadays. I say, compare it to like 20 years ago. You tell a guy, "Hey, just run through the wall." He'll do it, not ask any questions. Now they'll still do it, but they want to know why. And if you don't give them the right answer, they'll Google it and say, "Well, that ain't what it says on Google." So the damn guys are smarter now. But that doesn't mean they're not willing to do it. And I think as a coach, you cannot sacrifice that part of it. That doesn't mean we're like, grinding full pads every day and knocking the crap out of each other every minute. But it does mean you have to be mentally and physically tough. And that, to me, I don't think that just serves you well in football, but it serves you well, the next 40, 50 years of life. If a young guy thinks I'm not going to face adversity in the next 50 years of my life, you're crazy, or you're smoking a lot more weed than I think. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I don't know if I was smoking more than you thought.
So the guy's got to understand there's going to be adversity, and we want our guys to learn to handle adversity better than anybody in the country, and not just on the field, but off the field.
Yeah, I feel like I am a product of your Rich Rodriguez football camp, I would say, as life. And also Mike Barwis. I mean, you and Mike Barwis together, I'm not saying, no, because we like Mike Joseph. Mike Joseph is great strength coach. We're not going to talk about it. But you and Mike Barwis together were something that set me up for the rest of my life, for sure. And I think there's a lot of people, go ahead.
Yeah, but you had the hardest edge of any specialist I've ever had.
Thank you.
And so, but I must true. And then every guy after that, every specialist after that said, well, if you want to know what kind of hard edge you're supposed to be as a kicker or a punter or a specialist, watch Pat McAfee. You know what I mean? And that to me is how we built our program 20 years ago, and that's how we can build it today.
Yeah, they need to make more kicks than me, but goddamn, you can throw the body around a little bit if you need to. Let's talk about, though, his dad. Sorry, not his dad. Actually, let's get out of here.
We'll talk about some former players. The thing I feel best about, and this sounds kind of Pollyannish, the ultimate goal is to win championships and all that. But if every player that ever played for me or in our program, and you ask them 20 years from now, would you do it all over again at the same place with the same people? And they said yes, then we did our job. So I feel really, really proud when I have former players of mine that are now, I'm so old, they're either got their kids or somebody they coach or something like that to recommend to play for us. That to me feels an awful lot of pride in our program.
Yeah, and everybody feels welcome back and wants to go back and wants to talk
I hope
shit
so.
about being a part of what you built there. You need to know that. Like, that reunion I watched from afar, I wasn't able to be at, obviously, because College Game Day kind of infringes on all these Saturday things. I'm lucky to be a part of it. I'm not saying it's not, but there's been a lot of great things that have happened at West Virginia this year that I haven't been able to make it to that would have been sweet because of College Game Day. But on that note, I was following along with everybody that weekend. They're like, everybody's pumped. Like, everybody's pumped. And Scotty Fox, and even though, you lose this past week, just get this much.
Yeah, that right there. Mm-hmm. We'll fix that.
Yeah, I heard you're going to find maybe some people to help fix that. On that, last question here from Ty Schmidt.
Yeah, Coach, when it comes to a press conference like that, how hard is it to keep your composure and not just jump some guy's ass when, it's very clear, hey, there's one point I want to get across here. I know you guys are asking me a bunch of other questions. There's one point I'm trying to get across right here. And did you feel after the fact, like, you know what? I'm really proud of myself. That is a big, moment of personal growth for me, because in years past, I might have just jumped that guy's ass and that guy's ass and that guy's ass.
Yeah, I've matured over the years. Not completely 100%. I still got. He didn't see me 15 minutes before that presser in the locker room. I wasn't a pleasant person, but I've learned to cool down. Take my 10 minutes before I talk to the fine media that are asking the fine questions, and then go out there. And I didn't have a speed bag on the road to hit before I had my press conference, so I had to take 10 minutes and take it out on the lockers.
You, after an answer, taking a drink, breathing, okay, and then they ask you about Scotty Fox, and you want to continue to just talk about how I am so disgusted that our team cannot get it. Like, everything that is against the hard edge in Rich Rodriguez's football is being able to get this when the other team knows that you need it. All you want to talk about was that, and then they go, tell us about Scotty Fox, and you watch your brain go, I like Scotty Fox.
Yeah, he's a competitor.
This guy's a good player.
Yeah. It starts with big people moving other people against their will. And when we get that part fixed, we will no longer have this in the press conference.
Yeah, that's right. I can't wait to watch it. Seems like today might have been a good day to get rid of that right there. Hey, you're the man.
That's what I hear.
Yeah.
I hear great stuff.
Yeah, don't talk about it. Don't talk about it, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, Coach Ron.
Yeah, Coach.
Not allowed to say. We were dancing there close. I was getting real too close. Me to saying his name, and I think it would have kind of carried over there. Let's not ruin the day, but I mean that is that's a pillar mover, for us, legit,
massive.
And thank you, Kevin.
Imagine the effect it has. I'm sorry, but imagine the effect. Like the way that watching him finish, the highlights that you keep running, watching him finish every single play. Sometimes 3, 4, 5, 6 guys, like on the ground. That just having one guy like that on your O-line has such a trickle down effect, and everybody it makes everybody play better. If your whole O-line is doing that, like good luck anybody stopping.
And look at it. Listen to his dad talk. I've been heartbroken since sophomore year. He was going to be a Mountaineer because what was going on in West Virginia was just not what I was looking for. Like, he O-lineman too in the past, and I got a chance to chat with Kevin over the last 24 hours, and kind of learn a little bit about him. His dad, obviously, very active in the, hey, this is how we're doing it as O-lineman, and he is, since a boy, like, hey, this guy is going to be a people mover. That is what he is. So his mentality is old school offensive lineman as well, and I think his lifestyle is old school offensive lineman mentality. Him coming on the show to do that, I don't think was like necessarily his thing. I think they were like, hey, would you? And he was like, yeah, I'll do it. I don't want to do the hats and all that. He was like, I don't want to. Yesterday, he was even asking, like, what am I supposed to, should I do like a hat thing? I don't. And I was like, I think you should do some sort of declaration that you're headed there. Do I need a camera? I don't even, like, he did not, it's like old school offense, still had the whole thing. Yeah, AirPods, how do I even do it? So it's like, this guy might be, even though he looks like Captain America and Mr. Incredible and all those different things that are cartoonish characters that you don't think can actually be in real life because they seemingly are too perfect of humans, his jawline is literally a home plate. I mean, it really is, and his hair flows. But in mentality, I think he's like an old school offensive lineman. And geez, if you're Rich Rodriguez, that is the exact thing that you need on this team.
Yeah, he's more Paul Bunyan than Captain America, which is kind of exactly what you want in a lineman. But how big is it, too, just having a guy in your recruiting class that can tell the other recruits, like, hey, this is what it's going to be. Like, that kid knows probably more than anybody who's going to be a freshman or even transfer in there that hasn't been part of a Rich Rod program. Like, my dad has taught me and has prepared me for what this is. I've heard about it my whole life. Like, that also just radiates throughout the rest of the freshman class. And, like, to your point about he didn't really know what to do, feels like the only thing you want to do is burn that
couch.
Yeah.
Yeah, last night he was like, I got a surprise for you at the very end of this. Like, he was like teasing this last night. Then I talked to him this morning. He's like, just wait to the very end.
Can't tell you.
Yeah, can't tell you. You're not going to see it. And then this is local media.
Nailed it.
Local media.
Think they put it out yet? You think they put it out?
The fire? Yeah, that thing's burning to the ground, brother. You let that one go out. You know, you celebrate that thing kind of living its full fire life. You know, you let the final bristles burn out there. I've seen a couple of those, you know, the final flames of a few different couches. I'll tell you, the Morgantown Police Department is not going to be bumped about that. I mean, they've tried to put an end to that pretty quickly. They were offering citations. They were giving citations to people through social media posts. So they were like finding people in pictures of fires on couches earlier this year. And I was getting messages like, "Hey, you need to do something." It's like, I don't know.
You want me to do?
I don't know.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to be the mayor. What do you want me to be, the mayor? I will run next year, I guess. I don't know how long is the terms. I don't know what I can do. But yeah, I guess they thought. I just say Morgantown decided that was not necessarily the best thing to happen. And I would like to speak, I guess, from the perspective of the Morgantown Police Department and Morgantown people that voted for that. There were some nights there where we were winning a lot. We were winning a lot of things. I mean, we were winning a lot of things.
Too much.
We had a lot to celebrate. That's a UConn grad over there who was in the Big East. West Virginia was winning all over the place. I mean, big games, big moments, prime time.
Multiple sports.
Night games, all year.
Yeah.
We're doing this all year. And boy, it wasn't, I don't think, the hardest school to get into. Normally, good time crowd went to West Virginia from New Jersey. You know, a lot of New Jersey, a lot of East Coast in there. West Virginia people are good time people. So a lot of good time people, a lot of opportunity, a lot of very big successful moments. I mean, we had good times out there. There was a lot of partying.
Sure.
And the couches became the thing. What doesn't get talked about with the couches is obviously the couch is right in the middle of the street, stacked up like 6 wide. Okay, 6 down, head to toe, bam, 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 right down the middle of the street. There's cars next to, you know, some of these things. Start one, obviously, try to start them all, but they will eventually carry into itself. What the ripple effect is that nobody really thinks about, that I saw the first time I was really a part of one. People are throwing shit into fire.
Sure.
So now you're getting bottles tossed into couch fire. So now, you know, boom, boom, boom from houses. Boom, you know, so you got
fireworks thrown into the fires too. Sometimes there's some fireworks in there.
Not water bottles either.
No, not water bottles. We're talking glass bottles out there. Obviously, they're going. And then what's the broken glass walking on, bro? That song plays, and then people come running out, and then there's more. So I've seen an entire street get kind of taken out. You know, just like bottles underneath cars partially burnt. You know, like the rearview mirror. So it does get a bit dangerous, I guess. But if there's one couch in a neighborhood that wants to kind of be celebrated a little bit, I think that's going to probably continue to happen.
They win 10 games next year. I have a feeling that they're going to be turning some blind eyes to some
They're going to build a couch park.
Yeah,
big
dog park, put a couch park. Come out and burn all your couches in the park. Throw your bottles in here.
Okay.
No cars. We're good.
So Owen Schmidt actually, I think, pitched that idea to me the last time that we were back there. We were like, I don't know, maybe a lot of beers, a lot of whiskeys. I mean, a lot of them deep. And I was like, what's going to happen with the whole couch fire thing? Because at that time, it was starting to get talked about how like they're going to maybe arrest people for this entire thing. And I'm like, well, it's kind of a part of the culture. I don't know how you just kind of get rid of that. He goes, we need to make a place that just is kind of built for it and say, hey, either we'll supply the couch and you just go rent a corner like it's a golf sim. You know, basically, like kind of get your own little area where you do it. He's like, this is what needs to happen. Feels like you're thinking the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
It would have to be just, a massive parking lot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing around it that could catch fire. That's the main thing.
Whatever the case.
Don't let it get to anything else.
Whatever the case, Kevin Brown is going to be just throwing people on the field as soon as that game's over. I mean.
Yep.
Yeah.
Couch, maybe.
There you go.
Bingo.
Right
Two
here.
couches, 2 of them, both shoulders.
Shout out to West Virginia. We're having a good week.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
We up.
Yeah.
Basketball recruit.
Oh, don't remember his name. He's Canadian, though.
Miles.
Miles
Adler.
Adler.
And Miles Adler.
I don't know. About
Sadler, I think.
Sadler.
Miles Sadler. Miles Sadler. Here, boom.
Boom. No.
Boom. Thank you, WVU Barstool. Breaking 5-star. Miles Sanders the other day. Now, Kevin Brown, 6'5", 285. Offensive lineman. What will tomorrow bring? I'm joking. I said that yesterday because I knew this was happening. I don't have anything. Let's move along. Let's get back to some NFL football conversation, shall we, AJ? You know, every week we have a coach who coached football for 47 years, and there's different narratives that are maybe starting to build around the NFL. So we want to ask him if it's BS or no BS with BA. What we'll do is we'll read some statements of fact that maybe some fans feel, and BA will tell us if it's BS, which stands for bullshit, or is it no BS, which is no bullshit. Let's get started, Con Man.
Yeah, BA, analytics are in football, and so the statement is some of these nerds' stats are ruining football, particularly the Commanders in Lions this past weekend.
No bullshit.
Whoa. Whoa.
I mean, come on. This go for it on 4th and 1 with a minute 20 left. You kick the field goal and go ahead and win the game. Trust your defense. You don't tie ball game. Now, I see it in the first quarter, but not at the end of the game. And then, the Lions, they were, 0 for 6?
Yeah.
And this one, I know there was a lot of wind. It didn't affect Jake Elliott. And it didn't affect Bates at the end. He kicked the bomb down there, no problem. And big games, 3 points are huge.
And we're not saying that all these stats are.
No. Just in big games, this going for it on 4th down has gotten out of hand. Kick the damn field goals and put points on the board.
There's no context to these stats. This is a big game, cagey affair. Points are at a premium right now. Let's go ahead and take that. The book can't tell you how the whole rest of the game has been going that your eyes and your body has felt, right, is what you're saying?
Yeah, and I was just on that committee. We interviewed 20 head coaches in college, and one guy actually had the book. And it's like, you have the book? And, yeah, I don't use it, but if I need it, I know what it says. But this game is about heart and feel. And that is what this game is about.
Hold on. So you're interviewing these guys, 20 guys. And you go, there's some book that says you should make game time decisions.
First thing I ask him.
And this guy goes, I actually have the book.
Yeah.
And in your mind, you said, not hiring this guy. And then you had to have a fake conversation with him?
No, I had a good, and I will hire this guy because he doesn't follow it. He just knows what it says. He said, that book doesn't know if my right guard can block that damn 3 technique.
Okay, so he understands
He understands football.
Yeah.
Not the mathematicians don't understand football.
Yeah.
They just know numbers.
Yeah. 80% of the time this happens. Well, what about that 20%? And what if that's tonight in a game that very much matters for our livelihoods?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's gotten completely out of hand, and it's a total fucking excuse. Oh, the book told me to go for it.
No accountability.
Exactly.
Book.
Gone.
Yeah, blame the book.
It's an analytics like Bible.
Yeah, who had it? Will you tell us who
wrote that? Who wrote that?
Yeah, who wrote the book? We know who wrote the book.
Yeah,
Billy Walter.
Ernie Adams. Oh, yeah.
It's in the book.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
I don't think it's Billy Walter's sports gambling book.
It's not?
Seth. The guy he was on the internet with
who?
Followers. I forgot his last name. Walder.
Seth Walder.
Boom, he wrote it.
Oh.
Or Warren Sharp. He might have wrote it.
He has.
He does have a big book.
He might have the New Testament of this one.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the Old Testament of this one. Who else writes? Yeah, who else writes?
Did Diggs write one of them?
Did you write the book on ball? No.
Wasn't told. Okay.
Who wrote the book?
That's a $1 million question, brother.
Everybody has it.
Everybody's got it. Nobody knows who the fuck wrote it. It wasn't Shula. It wasn't Lombardi. That's for sure.
Did you have an analytics, department that can get your ear during the game?
No.
Towards any never.
I refuse to.
Okay.
A lot of people do, and it's the hottest thing going. And I would probably, if I was back in coaching, I would say yes. Shut the fuck up.
Thank you for your input. Shut the fuck up. Okay.
This is a new profession for people.
Yeah.
They're each team has one of these people that are basically in the ear. 64% of the time on this particular down or against this particular front, you're able to pick it up with the run versus pass. 68% of the time, you should say you should go for this instead of a punt or a kick field goal because that will work out. Somebody's doing that, and not necessarily always that voice. That's unfair of me to do that voice. But that information is getting delivered to somebody. That's a whole new job. There's a whole new department. There's stats departments now, let alone stats coordinators who are messaging in information throughout days. And I love that you're like, don't need to hear it. We're not hiring any of them. Okay, can our team run the ball to the right? That's what I thought. We need a play. We're running it to the right. That's a
run
hilarious
behind Joe Thomas.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll make it behind Joe Thomas.
Yeah,
but if you look at 2 or 3 of the most dysfunctional organizations in the league right now, analytics.
Okay.
He just sat back too. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
He did the whole.
Think
Excuse
about
me. Just there's a moment of silence here immediately for your brain to shatter as I just said everything that you guys have been pitching is wrong. Old school football still back on top. More analytics, not necessarily great. Better analytics, good though.
Yeah.
Having analytics is good. I think
part
that's
of the puzzle. It's all part of it. Yeah, I think it's all part of it. Like Coach B.A. says, you got to trust your instincts and your feel, and you got to know matchups too. Like where do we have an advantage when it comes to matchups? I don't know analytics and all the book well enough to know if it can take any of that into account.
You didn't write it.
I didn't, and we don't know. What is it, Bitcoin? We don't know who started it. We don't know who wrote this book.
Kind of know now. Get some answers.
There's allegedly some answers out
Maybe.
there, and I don't know if I'm on the right side of history or not still at this moment with all the information coming out on that stuff, because I'm in the right side?
Yeah, you're on the right side for sure.
Okay, what they're saying?
I don't know.
Okay, see?
I'm holding.
You never know. Let's move along. We don't need to talk about that, but the book is certainly a weapon if it's utilized that way, as opposed to being like a way of life, the book is. Because to your point, I never liked whenever it was just kind of blamed on numbers. So whenever they put it up on the screen, it always says go, 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 go. It feels like it's always an excuse for the team to go for it, which I think is better for TV and everything like that. But man, if you look in the eyes of your offensive line and those boys feel defeated, I think the stats are going to be a little bit different that particular evening on that particular fourth quarter than maybe in years past.
Are you strictly by the book on the blackjack table, or you play more like Bill?
I'm a field guy, but I'm a book guy as well.
Okay.
I'm a book culture guy.
So 16, if you hit it from the beginning, you do that the rest of the day?
I'm hitting on 16, yes, because my hand doesn't even qualify. So I need to qualify to at least play.
Different. That's different than football analytics when it comes to the book and blackjack.
Yeah, I will hit on 16. Now, granted, I'm splitting and putting more money on the table if they have a bust card. Some people around me do not get happy about that, but if I have the opportunity to split and or double down, get more money on the table when they have three, maybe. Three is kind of a dancer with me. But if they got 4, 5, or 6 out on showing, I'm trying to get as much shit on the table as possible.
Yes.
Not everybody loves that, and I don't think that's necessarily by the book. Okay, like maybe a 6 you should do that, not a 4. For me, I see 4 out there and I have an opportunity to split, and then I get a chance to double down. Let's do this thing. And then that pisses some people off, I do believe, in the blackjack book, from my understanding.
Also, kind of what kind of separates the great coaches from the good ones, too. The ones that use analytics when it is needed, and when they ignore it and decide, no, now's my time where I can, the dagger play with the Eagles in the Super Bowl. You could argue where it's like, hey, you're midfield. Do you want you're already up big? Do you just run out the clock, kind of continue to chew this thing out, or do you take that dagger shot and go up by 4 touchdowns instead of 3 and a field goal?
And that's football. That's football, understanding football. So you're saying that there's some of these nerd stats are ruining football. That's no BS. Let's go to the next BS or no BS with BA Ty.
Yeah, Coach, there's a thought that outside of the NFC East, the NFC stands for no fudging clue on who's going to win. Is that BS or no BS, BA?
That's no BS, man. I mean, you look at those 3 divisions, December football is going to be great this year. That's one of part of NFL scheduling I really like. Now, I don't like playing a team two times in 3 weeks, like the Bucks and the Panthers are going to have to do. But all those teams play each other in December. December football is going to be outstanding. That's when it's supposed to be decided, and the entire NFC, other than the Eagles probably. And it's going to be really fun to see who makes that wild card, that last wild card, because there's some really good teams not going to make it this year.
Yeah, here's the road to the playoffs for each one of the teams that currently lead their divisions. Obviously, the Eagles in the East is who BA is talking about, not really having a fudging question about whether or not they're going to win the division. Every other division in the NFC is potentially up for grabs. Everybody has a lot of wins. Everybody is kind of in the same exact plane, and a couple wins one week, couple losses the other week, you can completely have a full shift from 4-1 in the NFC side. So that means that wild card is going to be. What do you think? What number do you think is the wild card right now with where everybody's sitting? Can you put the records back up for the teams in the NFC? Yeah, here we go. So NFC, look at that: 7-6-6-4 in the North, 6-6-3-2. You could kind of rule out the Saints out of this entire thing. Probably the Falcons as well. 8-7-7 over there in the West, and then 8-4-3-2. I guess the East is over. How many wins do you think make the wild card?
You're going to have 10. You're going to have 10. I mean, there's been 11-6 teams not make it, and this could be a year for that too. On a tiebreaker, the tiebreaker is going to be huge. All this fantasy stuff, it's going to be fun going down in December watching it this year.
Here's the current NFC playoff situation with the Lions and Panthers lurking. Congrats to the Panthers.
Yeah.
Congrats to the
Amen.
Panthers being in that conversation.
Yes, indeed. I'm going to shout out to Harold Goodwin, man, their run game coordinator. Good. He's got it going, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, Goodies obviously got him rolling, and Bryce Young just broke a franchise record. Eagles, Rams, Bears, Bucks, Seahawks, Packers, and Niners round out the top 7 in the NFC right now. That could all change, except for probably up at 1 and 2. If we had to guess, because obviously the other divisions can be up for grabs. Let's go to the third BS or no BS with BA.
Let's do it. The most disappointing teams in the NFL this season are the Falcons, Bengals, Cardinals, Commanders, Dolphins, and Raiders. That BS or no BS, BA?
That's total BS.
What?
The most disappointing team in the league is the Kansas City Chiefs.
Whoa!
I mean, we went from winning 12-0 in one-score games to 0-6 in one-score games. How does that happen in 1 year with the same players, same coaching staff? I kept saying Chiefs are going to pull it out. Chiefs are going to pull it out, and they keep losing these close games, and they got their guys back now, so they're fully healthy. Something's missing, and I don't know what it is because I love Andy Reid, I love Spags. I think they all great coaches, but that throw by Patrick Mahomes that didn't happen last year.
Yeah,
that never happened, and. Something's missing with this team, and I don't know what it is, but they're disappointing to me. Most disappointing.
I think we all are not expecting this Chiefs team to be the way that they currently are. Sportsbooks are still scared to death that they're going to go on a run. I think everybody is because they, just like you just stated, they're always going to turn it on. They're going to turn it on. Patrick Mahomes has been taking a lot of hits this year. Yeah. A lot of hits. He's been running the ball a lot. He's been getting shot. I think some of his passes may be different than what they have been in the past. Is Patrick Mahomes a little bit different than maybe he was? Is the offense a little bit different? Maybe they find their groove. Maybe this is just a down year for the Chiefs in the middle of their dynasty, and they're going to have to ask some hard questions at the end of the season. Oh, no.
Well, we'll also see because we said, I don't know if you would say it's a must-win, but it kind of is. Like this Sunday against the Colts is kind of a must-win game for them. And then they have a short week turnaround. They play the Cowboys on Thanksgiving, and that'll be kind of the big, if they go out there and beat the hell out of the Cowboys on Thanksgiving with 50 million, 70 million people watching it, I think that following Monday people will be like, oh, wow,
wait a minute.
Chiefs are all the way back.
Chiefs is still the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Because we're just looking for something.
Exactly.
As a Chiefs fan, all I'm doing is looking for something in there that resembles the Chiefs. And then you watch them kind of play against the Broncos, and it's like, I'm a little worried about this.
Good kick by Bucker.
Yeah.
But aside from that.
I already can't point to one thing, though. You can't point to, one glaring weakness that's going on. It just looks weird. It looks discombobulated.
Good luck, boys.
Good luck.
And I'm disappointed as well. And then we added a last one just to kind of test your integrity here. BS or no BS, BA? James Franklin will have the Hokies of Virginia Tech in the ACC championship game in 3 years.
That's no BS for sure, brother. He's going to have them going.
Yeah.
And he should have hired him last week, and we could maybe talk him to a different couch burner over there.
No. He had those country roads taking him home.
He had Pop, and that's a great one for him. I love when sons father their fathers.
But on that note, James Franklin had him to Penn State, and then whenever Penn State leaves James, he's like, all right, James Franklin got him out of his West Virginia family, and that's how good of a coach he is. I think that's how much people respect him, and I think it's a perfect hire for Virginia Tech, honestly.
Awesome. Yeah, he's done a great job. He'll do a hell of a job recruiting, and his record speaks for itself.
All right, on the way out here on ESPN, we have 2 BA game balls. Let's start with the NFC. Bryce Young.
Yes,
31 of 45, 448, 3 touchdowns, and 30-27 OT win over Atlanta. A lot of questions, obviously, around Atlanta. Quarterback gets hurt. Wide receiver gets hurt. Carolina Panthers are now lurking. Congrats to them and to Bryce Young. And the AFC BA game ball is Jaquan McMillan.
Wow. Yeah.
6 tackles, 2 sacks, 1 interception. I love that you're giving it to a defensive guy.
it was hard not to give it to Josh Allen because what he did, but that was an unbelievable performance in the biggest game of the week, I thought.
3 touchdowns on the ground, 3 through the sky. Who's Josh Allen? Get him out of here.
First Bronco to ever put that stat line up.
Yep.
Warranted. Congrats to him.
First game of his career.
Shout out to UBA. We continue. He's been around. We continue digitally. We'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye. Really nailed that one. Even had that on the end. Yeah. And we lost Hawker, I guess.
Yeah, I saw that happen.
Hawker dropped off. All right, let's go to a break. And then on the other side, we're going to go through all the storylines that we haven't covered. And then we're going to launch into the greatest Tuesday evening of all time.
Hell yeah.
Because tonight, we get to watch
Southeastern Missouri versus Iowa. College basketball. It's a big game.
Michigan State versus Kentucky. College basketball right before the playoff bracket thing comes out.
Yeah, Duke, Kansas after that.
Got a hell of a new TV show on Apple TV I'm going to need you to check out. Let's forget about all this shit. Okay?
We got LeBron coming back tonight.
The
man.
Bobcats
playing against Utah?
Yeah.
Bobcats play on Action tonight, too.
Oh, that's a good football team.
There it is.
Yeah.
That's what we're watching. Lights, camera, Maction. That's what we're probably going to watch tonight. Bron's back?
Bron, Luka, AR-15.
What's been going on? It's been sciatica?
Yeah, but he's back.
He said as long as maybe weren't all the way back to where they needed to be. And JJ and the boys said, take your time. Take your time. We're going to build this entire thing up. Are they going to have to change their style of play with LeBron coming back?
Absolutely.
Aren't they playing really good?
They're playing all right.
Not championship basketball yet.
Exactly.
What is your expectation of LeBron if he was to come back this evening?
Because
he's questionable. He's still questionable. He's not like it's upgraded to questionable is how Shams worded it though.
Okay.
An interesting phrase.
If LeBron's on the court, I expect him to be LeBron we've been seeing for the last couple decades.
How many minutes are we thinking?
Oh, I would say between 20 and 25.
Okay, so he's back. And is he defensive side as well, or are we kind of giving it up maybe on D so we can have a little bit more on the offense?
He's an old guy. So,
We're not smacking the backboard.
Oh,
much.
okay.
Needs a little help on defense.
Yeah, hey, we're going to put me out of here in the wing. Coming. Come.
Help.
A lot of that.
Yeah, so they got 8 and 4. Hold
right.
down the back end.
Oh, yeah, he's great.
Trade him, man. He's had a couple great moments. I've seen interviews post-game of him. They don't do those unless play good, right?
Yeah. Well, when Luka Doncic has the ball for 40 minutes of the game, everyone's going to eat.
So what's going to happen when we're wrong? Is there enough basketballs on the court?
The time will tell.
They're actually going to play with 2 tonight.
2 basketballs?
Yeah.
That's what we lead with.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know what I was thinking.
All the way. All right, so that's tonight.
Yeah.
Okay. 2 balls, 1 NBA game tonight. Yes. Thank you, sports. That's amazing.
It's Ryan Smith. Just innovating.
That is.
Constantly.
All right, listen, I know you guys got LeBron and Luke. You're trying to figure it out. We still would like him to play. So if we can somehow figure out, well, maybe if you get another fucking basketball, deal. We'll agree to it. Do you guys agree to it?
Genius.
2 balls. How about this? 4 hoops.
That's a great idea.
Stacked on top of each other like MTV back in the day.
Yep.
Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
What was that basketball game?
Oh.
This is our age. AJ, you're back. You got dropped off. Your service was lost. Do you remember what that NBA, the basketball MTV?
Like the Papa shot where there's 2 hoops?
No, they had,
that, like
they,
people
had
have.
they had like a hoop at like 20 feet.
Rock and jock.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it was.
Do you remember that? That was
sweet. That was good.
They had a run that and one, I think, just kind of took over. Yep. See ya.
Great run.
I'm going to go watch Hot Sizzle. No holding.
Wait, it's NBC tonight, right?
I never know what fucking nights I'm
So are we getting MJ?
Gonna sit down with
Jordan?
MJ. Tarico?
The new one?
Can't wait.
What?
That's been the fucking biggest miss of all time so far. There are a lot of weeks left, but boy, you want to talk about over-promising and under-delivering?
No, I think we just misunderstood. Remember, we've already talked about this.
We certainly did.
Because we questioned how we, as adult humans with brains, okay, in the world that we're in, ever thought that Michael fucking Jordan was going to be sitting at one of these desks for a pregame, halftime, and postgame.
Yeah.
That was on us for those expectations.
Without a doubt.
Did they ever say that? I think we just kind of jumped to the
They
conclusion.
said like special contributor. I think they didn't really get in detail.
I think we thought because Wayno did it, we were like, MJ will do it.
Because Wayno does it like every hockey game.
Yeah, and we should have connected the dots. Like when Wayne Gretzky was playing in the NHL, they were playing for 10 toonies a game instead of actually getting paid money. So he needs to be there, unfortunately. I will say, really cool part about
I don't think Wayno needs to be anywhere just as we go forward.
Yeah, exactly.
Think about the amount of skates and tape and
yeah.
sticks.
None of them with his name on it. That's probably why he's still doing it. But
well, he's smart. He licenses it out.
Yeah, true. And also, he's father-in-law's Dustin Johnson. He can hang out with him at any time.
That's
Austin
very cool.
Rivers actually has a sweet little like sit-down segment type thing. I believe he did it with Giannis, and granted, his papa is the head coach of the Bucks, but he did one with Giannis, and it was like hearing Giannis talk about like, hey, you don't see guys doing what I'm doing out there, like candidly about that. That seems to be kind of the hidden gem of this whole
Austin's a talent.
Mm-hmm.
We've known Austin's a talent. Austin talks a little shit, doesn't he?
He's not afraid. He's not
Stirs
afraid.
it up.
Yeah.
Great story from KG and maybe Tony Allen about Austin Rivers as a high schooler, talking shit, mixing it up with like those Celtics.
Yeah.
Like one great story. I can't ever tell a story like KG. So if we ever find the clip,
We will direct you to that story.
Absolutely, go find it, please.
Hell yeah, KG weapon too.
Yeah,
He's awesome. He's
Storytelling.
amazing.
Weapon.
His doc, the first hour, I mean, I think it's two total hours, but the first hour, a lot of it is about him more so being the kid from high school trying to prove it to, the NBA dudes, and it is unbelievable.
Yeah, there's some special personalities that have come through sports who are also GOATs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We thought we were going to learn about Michael Jordan's.
I'll watch tonight. I'll give it another shot. I'll give it another opportunity.
What did you say this morning when you woke up?
Say good morning first right away.
Yeah.
Right when I woke up. Boom, good morning.
Say who? Just yourself?
Just everybody. Hope you have a great morning. And I put the little sun smiling too. Just kind of, try to brighten the day.
There's no sun outside here.
There's not, but it was very dark when I woke up, so I thought, hey, maybe the sun will come out.
It's very kind of you to say good morning to people. Are you a good morning guy?
The sun is always shining.
Yes, he is.
Even in the rain.
So, yes.
Especially if you got the right cocktail in your hand.
Yes. Amen. And on that note, let's take a break. We'll be back on the other side. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice that might change your life. Take 5.
Young people all across this country, if you served in the military, we want you to know that when you get out of the military, no matter how long you serve, there are veterans benefits that you've earned. Make sure that you find out about those. They can help you get started with a new home. They can help you get started in business. They can send you to school or get vocational training. Look, this isn't about the old stuffy VA that you heard about from your relatives, your parents. This is about a VA that's focused on one thing and one thing only. That's our veteran. So you know that you're out there. We love you. We support you. This secretary wants you to know these benefits are for you. Don't let them for somebody else. They're there for you and the service that you did. You raised your right hand. Now let us raise our hand and serve you. Pat, y'all have a great day down there.
$4 million in prizes and charity as a result of the field goal kicking contest. And Pat, what do we got going today?
Yeah, Reese, I'm happy I can't see that graphic from where I'm at. Just hearing about that is obviously something to make my wife and daughter not be thrilled. $4 million out the door because these college kids have been showing up in such a big way. Congratulations to Garrett Morris here. You were the ticket winner. You are not going to be the one doing the kicking. How come?
I cannot kick.
Okay, so you're ass at kicking.
I'm ass at kicking. I climb rocks. I don't kick.
What's your major?
I'm an accountant.
Okay, so we're going to be counting numbers later.
Absolutely.
Hopefully it'll be some numbers off of
Jonah!
Okay.
Oh, this is great.
All right, Jonah. Hey, so you were a kicker in high school, is that right?
Yeah, I kicked my senior year of high school. I was the all-region kicker, baby. Jordan.
Oh, really? We got a couple blockers.
Oh, yeah.
I think we need a couple blockers. No. Your senior year, what were you? How many attempts did you have?
I had about 5 attempts, made 3 of them.
Oh, you went 3 for 5 and made all region?
Good job,
wow.
Yeah.
All region.
Let's make this for $750,000. $250,000 to charity, $1 million to the all-region kicker, Jonah. 3 back, 2 over.
He's got a shot here.
Timeout. Timeout, dude.
We got a timeout.
Timeout, dude. You know what I'm saying?
You're for ice him a little
Yeah,
bit.
right. We got blockers.
Yeah, let's talk
We got
it over.
we got a $1 million kick, John. Why don't you think about it a little bit?
Here he goes.
Ooh! No good! Jonah, we will still donate $250,000.
No, he called a timeout before the kick. He called a timeout.
$250,000 is going to go to charity. You two will get an opportunity to win $125,000 each. $250 in total for you if you're able to make this kick, Jonah. Sound good? For $500,000 out the door.
He curled that in. Oh, Steve's waving it off. I think that was good. I think that was good, dude.
Can New York tell us if that was in or not, like this at the NFL?
I think it was good.
Count it! $500,000 after the Great work! Jonah, way to step up. Congratulations, brother. You know what? I think there's only one thing left to do here. I've experienced cafecito time. I've experienced the wonderful culture. I've experienced the beautiful people, and I think we got some canes over here. We got some canes over here. We got some canes over here. This day in Coral Gables is going to be one that I will remember for the rest of my life. Ray Lewis started his dance right here at Miami. Ed Reed started his legendary run here at Miami. The legends of football run deep. The moments are special. The national championships are in abundance. Just last year, a lovely University of Miami woman diver from Italy won a national championship. This thing's been staring at me all damn day.
You're out of your mind, brother. You're crazy.
Kirk, I'm a little winded.
That's what I was going to say. You talked the whole time you were running. I'll give you a chance to catch your breath, you son of a bitch. You're crazy.
I hope somebody got a lifesaver over there.
Is there a lifesaver?
My man's out of breath.
It is a long way to the top.
Are you going to jump in your suit? Are you going to jump in there?
Oh, my God.
Yeah, so
I'm tired for you.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Oh, he didn't take the jacket off. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, he's taking the shirt off now.
Okay. All right.
Looking ripped. Looking
looking
ripped.
fit.
Oh, he's taking the drawers off.
Ladies and gentlemen.
The pants.
Not the drawers.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you come to this beautiful campus, you will notice quickly that the students here love this university. They love this atmosphere. And I'm with everybody. I think the U is back. Give me.
He's got the speed on. Oh, my God.
Give me the.
Canes, baby.
Here it goes.
Oh, God.
Here it goes. Feet together. Feet together.
I think that was the lead so for the Pacer.
And he's got the U. Rushing it out.
Oh, my God.
McAfee with the refreshing plunge. Miami and Florida tonight. Let's have a look at that again. Check out the form, Herbie. Oh, man.
Let's see the toes.
We need just to
Hey, good, pretty good.
Legs together, right? Perfect.
Perfection. Wicked and all.
Obviously, last year, this segment became a little bit of a runaway. $1.7 million out the door for good causes and a great college
That's
kids.
awesome.
Have you ever kicked before?
Yes.
What do you mean you've kicked? Hold on. I was told you have never kicked before. I feel like I've been bamboozled a little bit here. You have kicked before?
My brother's a kicker, so every once in a while I go kick with him for fun.
Okay. Okay. We'll make it $250,000 for you, Logan. $250,000. 250,000. 250,000. 250,000. 250,000. 250,000. 250,000. 250,000. 250,000. 250,000. 250,000. 250,000. 250,000. 250,000. 250,000. 250,000. 250,000. 250,000. 250,000. 250,000. 250,000. 250,000. 250,000. 250,000. 250,000. 250,000. 250,000. 250,000. 250,000. 250,000. 250,000. 250,000. 250,000. 250,000. 250,000. 250,000. 250,000. 250,000. 250,000. 250,000. 250,000. 250,000. 250,000. 250,000. 250,000. 250,000. 250,000. 250,000. 250,000. 250,000. 250,000. 250,000. 250, to start this season. Anything to say here to Logan as he tries to win $250,000?
After that hand gesture, breathe and close your eyes.
Okay, he doesn't want you to win. I do. So do these people. Oh,
let's go.
Logan, Herbstreit will be holding for you.
Look, by the way, this is
tough terrain.
Tough.
This is real Ohio here. Glenn, if you want to come over this way, we'll put a little extra pressure on him. You got Pete running around. You got the mascots staring you down. They don't want you to win. Glenn doesn't want you to win. Peter is taking a dump in the middle of the field goal kicking contest. Sniff it in, Logan. That's Peter's manure. Now, through manure, great things grow. Will Peter's poop grow you $250,000? You only have one kick. I don't care how loud they chant for a re-kick. You only have one kick, Logan. Good luck, sir. 33 yards. Kicking is easy, everybody says. Let's find out.
Ready?
Glenn, what are your thoughts?
I'm trying to give you.
What are your thoughts?
This is really
I'm
tough.
gonna say, I think that poop was a bad omen.
Yeah, I mean, Pete just pooped right in your face.
I can't believe we don't have turf.
Well, we're in Ohio. This is a football state. You gotta be tough. Logan from Ohio, sophomore in business finance. Does he win $250,000? Oh, yeah! What's the poop? What's the poop? That's what I'm talking about. Jeez. Logan, son. Congratulations. I'll tell you what. $250,000 week one of the college football season. Thank you for showing up. I'm proud of you. How do you feel, buddy?
I feel amazing right now. That was amazing.
I don't want to be the bearer of bad news. You definitely stepped in Peter's poop during your celebration, but who cares? Buy yourself some new shoes from Glenn Powell, Kirk Herbstreit, Stanford Steve. Back to you, Reese. What a start.
That was great.
What a start.
Hey,
Why?
let's go. This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers, you pig! Damn it! Your friend tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people. Oh, I can't wait for the news that we have that just hit the internet out of the New York Giants world. It's BA Day. Hour 3 of this program begins now. Football! And that's AJ Hawk. The cadence was from 47-year football coach, Super Bowl champion Bruce Arians. The toxic table is here at Boston Connor and at Ty Schmidt. And 9-year NFL vet Darius J. Butler is here. Live from Hammer, Dahn is AP Tone. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a tweet. So, Cam Scatteraboo is addressing his appearance on Monday Night Raw last night, where he, Andrew Schultz, and other members of the New York Giants got into it a little bit with the sleazebags of the Judgment Day.
Yeah.
Now, listen, it was during an interview with Jackie Redmond where, real temper started to flare as Dirty Dom, Rey Mysterio's boy, who has grown into quite a dirtbag of an individual. This guy, he'll lie, cheat, and steal his way through anything, and he'll start stuff with anybody. And behind him, Finn Balor, this guy has never touched a carb. He's got 2% body fat, and he's an ass kicker out of Ireland. And Andrew Schultz obviously gets disrespected and pushed. And Cam Scatteraboo says, excuse me, Don. And J.D. McDonough, who we thought maybe had the biggest head, with Cam Scatteraboo's head kind of on opposite sides here. This is something of colossal proportions that has never really thought could come to fruition. Scatteraboo's dome on one side, McDonough's on the other side. Holy hell, you're talking about granite and marble staring each other down. Scatteraboo on the mend, on the mend. Shoves his ass down, says, don't you be disrespecting New York like that. Gets pushed back, obviously maintains his balance. As Abdul Carter and the rest of New York Giants get involved in this stupid Judgment Day, gets their asses kicked out of the arena. Now, John Cena will go on and take on this slimy Judgment Day in his last appearance in Madison Square Garden. But there's a lot of people going after Cam Scatteraboo for doing that are New York Giants fans saying, hey, enough with the fucking
Enough of the physical against WWE.
Okay, we don't need that right now. All right, we don't need to see you doing that right now. Okay, we can't see you on a football field doing that. We don't need to be seeing you. Go to Monday Night Raw, great show. If it's in your town, you should go check it out. But we don't need you. We don't need that happening. He's saying, hey, honestly, if you don't like that I'm having a good time while dealing with a tough time, then just go ahead and unfollow me and casually move on. I'm not able to play football and have the fun I've been having my whole life, so I'm doing things outside the box, trying to find stuff to keep me happy. Enjoy the rest of y'all's week, and just don't talk about me if you ain't got nothing nice to say. Hell yeah, Scadboo.
Hell yeah, boy.
All right.
Do your thing. Now, I was taken back when I saw him get pushed. I was like,
Yeah.
Certainly.
I mean, coming from someone who was just there at probably those same seats to watch you do your thing in Vegas, Ty, comment, we were all there, just there. He didn't know this was going to happen.
No.
He was there enjoying the show in New York, and then sometimes you just run into a little physicality.
yeah, and sometimes you got to stick up for the city.
Always.
Especially for a city that has done so much for him already. I mean, he was becoming a hero in this town. Hopes to go on to continue to become a hero in this town. And if you're going to run your mouth and disrespect us, how about this? Eat fists, cuz. And that's what Scadaboo's going to do till the end. That's why you love him.
Yeah.
Can't be the reason why you get mad at him. That's what he's saying.
And that's the thing, too, for Scadaboo, like in his business, you know, you get hurt. You're supposed to just kind of go back, kind of relax. In this business, you kind of have to stand up for yourself here. I mean, someone's talking shit to one of your guys. Yeah. So kind of the combination of businesses. Like Cam Scadaboo's
And you got to stand on all of them.
Exactly. You got to stand on your business. So Scat's probably thinking, like, in my business, I kind of have to defend my guy because that's my business. But in this business, if I don't defend myself, then all of a sudden I got a guy, JD McDonough, who thinks that he's got a bigger head in his business than I have in my business. And it's like, hey, in these businesses, both these heads have to come to a halt at some point.
Yeah, and once again, at the end of the day, both sides say they stood on
business.
Yeah, and that's kind of the whole thing. That's all that needs to be said. Let's get a Giant super fan, Bruce Brown. Bruce Brown, Scadaboo saying, "Hey, listen, tough time for me right now. Not able to play ball. I'm trying to get better. I'm rehabbing, and then I'm trying to figure out how not to just be miserable. Why don't we get off my back a little bit?" Giants fans were attacking. Is that what you were hearing and seeing?
Yeah, Giants fans, the kind of talking heads on the local sports talk radio were saying, "Hey, look, he's going to re-injure his ankle in this physicality." It's like, hey, all right, you fucking marks. Calm down. He's going to be okay. It's in a boot. But, yeah, honestly, last night I was like, hey, can we just maybe focus on winning a fucking ball game? Abdul Carter reports he slept through a walkthrough. He's there right next to Scadaboo. He's not injured. You know, I think, you know, maybe he could focus up a little bit. But he did say he wasn't sleeping. He was just in recovery. But, yeah, last night my thoughts were, hey, maybe we're jumping the shark a little bit here. We've been losing for almost a complete decade now. But this tweet won me back over. He is injured. He's going through a tough time. And I do appreciate that he's just out enjoying his life. At the UFC event, he let out an awesome Ric Flair mid-match that I really enjoyed. So, yeah, I'm glad he's kind of going through the Twitch car wash, enjoying his life.
Of New York.
Yeah, I guess you could say this is kind of the New York car wash, kind of the Jalen Brunson slot at MSG.
Aaron Rodgers, whenever he became a Jet.
Yep.
Look for Scadaboo to potentially go check out Wicked.
Yeah.
Is that available on Broadway
Go
right
see
now?
the Rockettes here soon.
Yeah, potentially during Holland.
Jersey Boys.
And maybe he's putting that boot. Maybe he's moving that boot.
Yeah.
Now we're talking.
Get him on stage.
Not a bad idea.
Maybe that's the first time we see, like Tatum and Tyrese during their recovery here. Now, Tyrese has been trying to keep his mind occupied. Basically, anything that was happening in Indianapolis, he was trying to go to and just kind of stay, because he's just confined to his house if he's not doing that. So he was trying to go to events while doing rehab. And obviously, whenever you're very public, the people are going to need to see progression in your recovery. So every milestone marker that he puts up there is a big deal. So whenever he showcased himself dunking just a couple weeks after Tatum was dunking, obviously that's letting the fans know that you're getting healthier. It feels like the Giants fans didn't view this fight with Dahn and the last night as like, hey, this is good in recovery. I'm at the point where I can just go ahead and shove somebody here. It feels like it was viewed the opposite way. It's like, hey, you are nowhere near the point of your recovery where you need to be mixing it up with Judgment Day. And Scadaboo, as long as you're back playing football, man, none of this matters. And however you got to get through it, you get through it, brother. We're pulling for you because you make football better whenever you're running your fucking ass through the entire other team. But like the way Tyrese is doing it versus the way Tatum's doing it, vastly different. And it's like, however you can get through this, Because recovery is not fun, AJ. Nobody really talks about that. Rehab is terrible.
It's hard to enjoy anything when you're, especially when the season is going on and you're hurt. Like, I think it's tough to let yourself enjoy anything. So good for Scadaboo, honestly.
You feel isolated at times, so I liked that his teammates were with him last night. He's still hanging out with the boys, because that can be a pretty isolated type situation that you feel like. So I think that's actually good for the culture, not bad for the culture. But then also, like, in rehab, it's painful the whole time. So, like, you're going into a building and it's painful. You're trying to relearn how to do the most basic things with your body that you've done for your entire life. And, there's scar tissue that's on there. So they're going to have to strip that away, actually, so it's not painful for the rest of your life. And to do that, they're just going to have a metal rod that they're just going to rub up and down your scars. And it's like that is signing up for torture. Like you're actually getting tortured while doing that. And it's like, that's just a part of the whole process. Oh, yeah, also got to do these wall sits when your leg can't do it, and then it's potentially going to go out, and then they got these bands you're going to do, and then you're going to have to crunch your toes up just to move like a piece of cloth 6 inches, and it's going to be the hardest thing you've ever done. It's like the most tedious, miserable, isolating process of any athlete's life.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just always projected as, hey, he'll be back in 3 months. Nobody thinks about the 3 months. It's like, hey, we'll see you in 3 months or whatever. It's like those 3 months for said person, miserable. That's all sports, all recovery.
Absolutely. However you get through it. And we talked about it yesterday. It's not like he's not showing up to work. He's still showing up to work and doing what he's doing on game day as well. So I like it. I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah,
Abdul Carter did put out a story, too, saying he was getting, I know Bruce kind of alluded to it, he was getting treatment during the walkthrough. Now, that's tough to do. And I've talked to Coach BA about it, too. He said trainers have been fired over shit like that. So I know it's kind of rare, but I guess he wanted to clear up the sleeping on the job accusations.
Yeah, that's fascinating because normally everybody knows what the schedule is. Like, that's why whenever we heard the story, we were kind of confused. Because where would he have been where somebody didn't see him and say, hey, there's always that. Like, there's people in the bathroom maybe late, choose to go to the bathroom late, and people are like, gotta go.
Hey.
Like there is a lot of that conversation. Treatment room, same thing. Equipment room, I don't even know if anybody's in there because they're setting up practice. So, like, it felt like whenever I heard the story, like he missed it, but he was in the building. It's like, how? I don't even know how you do that. And then he said he was getting treatment?
Getting treatment, especially if you're like any point in the team. But if you're a rookie and you look around and you don't see like somebody else in your meeting room, like if I don't see another DB around, like I'm just surrounded by offensive guys, especially like, hold on, Spidey senses go off. Like, wait a minute, where's Burns? Where's Kayvon? Like, what's going on here? So, very weird story right now.
Yeah, I just said it's a little too quiet around here. Maybe they have a recovery room where you like put on the leg things. And
the Normatec boots and like in the darkness. Yeah, maybe it was in
salt.
What's that?
Salt things.
Yeah, like one of the maybe there's
float tank.
Yeah, float tank. If they have the float tank in the recovery room alongside the Normatex, that would be pretty impressive. But if they have like
there's digital, like everywhere has digital screens in every single room at facilities with pretty much the daily schedule. So if like a trainer's sitting there working on them, you would imagine like, hey, why is there nobody else in here right now? Why did I not feel any traffic walking? Like usually there's a lot of activity, and then if there's nobody there, it's because there's walkthrough of practice.
I think he fell asleep with the Normatec on. That's what I think happened.
I used to do that.
Recovery room. I think there's a recovery room. Maybe a little darker lights. Maybe not as high lights. Okay, recovery room. Normatec here. Got a foot thing, couple feet things over here. Let's see, maybe a recliner massage thing along this wall over here. Normatec options on the reclining, like the
AQ red light thing, probably maybe wearing on his head or something, or his face.
Yeah, maybe the Normatec's back in the corner though. He goes into Normatec, he reclines that bad boy, and all of a sudden, hold the phone. I was watching so much wrestling last night, I got a little tired, so I catch up from Monday Night Raw. And he just closes his eyes accidentally. Doesn't even mean to close his eyes. Accidentally closes his eyes because he's thinking about, I wonder if the Tribal Chief is going to return at Monday Night Raw, the last one for John Cena at Madison Square Garden. And then all of a sudden, guess what? We're in La La Land. And we wake up. Who wakes us up? Oh, it was them coming back from walkthrough. Holy fuck.
Oh, no.
Can you imagine how bad you'd freak out if that's the case?
Because there's probably people, go to the locker room. Somebody go find him. He's hiding in the corner of the recovery room on the Normatec. Man, they couldn't even find him.
OTC.
There's a chance. We're not 100% sure until we learn more on the story, but I do appreciate him there willing to fight for Scadaboo.
Yeah.
And I appreciate Scadaboo already wanting to fight for Schultz.
Exactly.
That's good for the city. That's good for everybody. That's good work, brother.
That is good work.
That's good work. And the Giants fans, it feels like they got worked a little bit. Now, speaking of working, Mike Tomlin has been a head coach for the Pittsburgh Steelers for how long, Tone?
I believe this is 18 years.
His career as the head coach for the Pittsburgh Steelers has just become an adult. Can buy lottery tickets, can buy nicotine things, can serve in the United States military. 18 years is a long time in a place. Somehow, he still one-ups himself whenever he gets onto a microphone to speak about different situations. He was asked about Spitgate, the sullying of a sport by spitting happening in between the lines, in between the whistles. Jamar Chase and Jalen Ramsey, obviously a situation we're referring to, he was asked about what his message was to the team.
I have no message if someone spits in your face. Do what comes natural.
Do what comes natural. I think Jalen Ramsey did what came natural to him. Hold the phone, started throwing punches. It feels like everybody in sports, Coach B.A., views spitting the exact same way. It feels like every person that we have talked to that's been a part of sports says, hey, this is the most disrespectful thing you can do. You can't do it. It's a guaranteed fight. Like, if you want to start a fight, here's how you do it. Why do you think it still happens, though? Do you think there's always going to be, like, outliers in situations that happen? Because this is, third incident we've had this season in football, and it doesn't feel like there's been that many in the past.
No, that's kind of a new thing. It's kind of crazy because you're begging to get a fight. Maybe I want to get thrown out of the game, but that to me is the stupidest thing ever. And to quote James Harrison, I'm going to find you. All right.
Okay.
I'm going to find you, brother. In the off season, we're gonna settle this.
I like the thought of you saying, "Hey, he spits in your face now. I get it. Okay, you can't get ejected, but in the off season, we got a fucking FBI. We'll track this guy. We will find out where he is at. You can figure it out then." But it does feel like everybody thinks it's a reasonable response to punch somebody in the face if they get spit in the face.
Yeah.
I mean,
totally.
There's no cliche answer that Tomlin's given there. I have no message for getting spit in the face. You do what comes natural to you. Is Tomlin saying, hey, if you want to get punched in the face, spit in somebody's face? It feels like the sports community has really rallied around this.
Yeah.
I think we all would like it to not happen, I think.
Absolutely. Usually the message is, hey, don't be selfish, take the high road, walk away so you're available for your team. But there are also things that, hey, just cross the line. And Debo, I saw the clip from the Debo and Joe show, I believe, with him and Joe Hayden, and him talk about it. Yeah, I'm going to find where he's at in the offseason. It's just going to be a report. Masked man just beats whoever's ass, and no other details come out. It was me and Zeke. We went back because we wanted to see, some other incidents, and I believe it was, 2006 with T.O., and he spit in, D'Angelo Hall's face, and then you saw, Shannon Sharp, Dan Marino, and I believe Boomer Esiason all just talk about it with maybe JB and just saying all the same things that we're saying now. Everybody knows that's just a line you don't cross.
Taboo.
AJ, will there always be somebody, though? Mike Tomlin just said that. There's a playoff game. Okay? Let's send our special teamer.
Yeah.
Number 49. Let's get him in there.
Dog.
Absolute beast. This guy's willing to do whatever. Need you to be an active talker in the face of this guy.
Don't make it too obvious. Don't make it too obvious, though, right?
I mean, really, I guess you can bait a fight immediately if you want to spit in somebody's face. And that's the sad part of it all, is
Are they going to have to review this? Are they going to have to review it and say, okay, they're going to say they threw Jalen out, and then they go back, they review it and say, no, he did get spit on. We'll just give him, maybe we'll throw out the guy that spit, and we'll give a 15-yarder to Jalen. He stays in the game.
Yeah, I think it can be, what is it called when both of them
Offsetting.
Offsetting, yeah.
Yeah, offsetting. And then, obviously, ejection for the spitting party. That would have to have the NFL and the NFLPA come together quickly.
There's no way.
To readjust some rules. They're trying to do that with the grading, the report cards.
Mm-hmm.
How do we feel about that? Have we thought about the conversation we're going to have tomorrow with JJ? Have you heard about this, Bruce?
Yeah, I have. And that whole report card thing always blows my mind.
Okay, so I'm intrigued to hear your thoughts. Why does it blow your mind? Do you think it's inaccurate? Do you think it is something that's a little bit not maybe a perfect reference of what's actually happening? Is that what you're saying?
Well, to my knowledge, not every player gets his voice heard. It's just a select few. So they're bitching about the food, they're bitching about the locker room, they're bitching about this. It's a bitch session for a few guys, all right, not the entire team. If they're going to do it, get everybody's opinion, write it down, and sign it.
put your name on it.
Yeah.
And let's have a little transparency. I think that is what the NFL is saying as well. What you just said there is like, I think there's an agreement to maybe do some sort of report card or judgment amongst the NFL and the NFLPA. But I think they're saying that they're supposed to be a part of it. Like, hey, and also who's getting asked? How many people are getting asked? And there has been stories, you're saying who's getting asked, a select few. Maybe like 5 guys on one team are being asked. Who are those 5 guys? 10 guys on another team. Who are the 10 guys that are getting asked? When are they getting asked? Is it when they're on their way out? Are they actually like... There's so many, is what the NFL is saying.
Yeah.
Bum, 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 bum. And the players are saying, well, the ass facilities are getting called out for the first time in forever. So there has to be some sort of balance of getting a proper voice to be heard, but also getting some change in the actual things that are needed in professional football.
I do agree with all the players being polled, not necessarily, signing your name next to, hey, FFFFF, hey, Darius Butler, because now they at the top, they look at it, oh, you don't like it here? All right, get the fuck out. So I agree with that part, getting everybody to do it, but we all know how tough it is to get 60, 70 players to sit down for 10 extra minutes and go over this whole survey. Like top 100, we barely get all the guys to vote on that. So that'll be tough, but I do agree. You don't want it to just be 5 or 6 guys on the team to go and do it. But we'll get deeper into the conversation tomorrow. I can't wait for it. But I agree with you on that standpoint.
The reason why we enjoy the report card so much is because it's great fodder when they come out, AJ. They're always dropping at the perfect time when there's nothing to talk about. And then we just start murdering these facilities. Oh, my God. And we're probably a big part of the problem here.
Definitely.
Yes. And by problem, we view it as a solution.
Yes.
So that is kind of where.
If I'm the trainers and strength coaches, that too as well, because they grade the trainers and the strength coaches. That's the one where if I was on the NFL side, I'd be like, hey, you got to make sure you talk to a good chunk of people from I don't know, you need 30, 40 guys, because if you just talk to 5 slappies, they might not like the trainers and feel like they didn't get respect enough and they didn't get enough time with the coach or whatever. So, yeah, you need a good chunk of that team, I think, to actually do this.
Yeah, and I think they would cite like different situations where maybe the training room or equipment room got a bad score, and then literally a month or 2 later, star of team comes out and says, hey, I owe it all to this particular group right here. And it's like, well, the report card basically, or the portrayal of what the report card said, was the complete opposite. It's also being reported that the NFL is saying, hey, this is violating a non-disparagement agreement that we have amongst each other as well. You guys are basically just broadcasting all the things that are ass in our side of this entire thing. You're not allowed to do that. Okay, we're not allowed to disparage each other. Do we ever do that to you? And then people start pointing out, yeah, there's been numerous times where people have said things about players and stuff like that. Yeah, but they're supposed to keep it to a minimum. We shouldn't be given a report card. So I think there is an answer in this entire thing, but it is a fascinating little development on the development of each franchise.
Yeah, and it does make sense because you could see how this is meant to ultimately do more good and kind of improve some things. And like AJ mentioned, with the strength coach and all that kind of stuff, but it really does just turn into looking at different franchises and be like, gee, how much money are they making? This cheap fucking owner, this guy won't spend a day. Like that's kind of what it just morphs into.
We start showing pictures from the buildings.
Exactly.
We start looking online. Yeah. What are the pictures in the building? Look at this. Yeah. So this is the team meeting, special teams meeting, and the cafeteria.
This place is a shithole.
What a shit bag of an operation. Is that the exit sign? It only says EX and T are lit up. The I isn't even lit up. It's like a fucking motel. That is what it turns out for us.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're a part of it.
So you can see why I don't love that.
But we also find out new information. Maybe I was the only one, but who knew there was a 3-story townhouse that the KC owner sits in at the stadium?
Yeah.
I had no idea. Again, all the power to him. It's his stadium. He's the owner of the damn team. But you can see where if there are 5 or 6 guys getting interviewed, they can be like, well, I mean, shit, I can't even get 2 tickets to a game for less than $5,000 because they had ticket prices, whatever the fuck. But you can see how if they don't bring it up, how is anything going to change for the players?
Yeah, I need some sort of public something. I think JJ's got the answers.
Yeah, got some good ones.
JJ's got the answers tomorrow. He's very passionate about it. Okay, anything we missed today?
Pirates are going to spend money.
Oh, yeah.
And
they thought about spending money.
No,
Hold on. Can I set the table for
Yes,
this?
go ahead.
I'm so thankful you brought this up. You're so right. I get a text from Jet Passon at 10:10 p.m. last night.
Late night for him.
I think he's an all-nighter.
Oh, raw. What am I talking about?
Yeah. You're 100% right. There's no
Duh.
way he was going
Duh.
to
Locked in.
his
Hell.
last minute. And also, I think he's a late nighter.
This
isn't
is
he?
like one of the busiest times of the year for him too.
Yesterday, 10:10 p.m. Patrick, period. The Pirates are doing exciting things. I responded, selling the team. He goes, exciting baseball things. I don't know what all I'm allowed to say. So why don't you go ahead and tell me what has been reported about the Pittsburgh Pirates?
No, just let it fly.
They have the number one prospect in baseball.
Correct.
He's 19.
Yep.
An actual dude
Yes.
is what Jet Passon says. And I think he's going to be, I'm not going to say this.
No, you can. They're going to give him the opportunity to be the opening day shortstop next year if that's what Passon said.
Yes, he said he thinks he's going to be their shortstop opening day. Last time a teenager debuted was Juan Soto. Juan Soto got paid $750 million.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
By the New York Mets. They're going to spend money too. They're talking to Schwarber.
Yes, correct. So,
So hold the fucking phone.
Yeah, so we kind of ripped on them when Bruce brought up the thing about how, it said like, hey, they are going to spend money in this offseason. We said, their last big free agent acquisition was they, gave John Jaso a 2-year, $6 million contract a couple years ago. Josh Naylor, the wobble body first baseman for the Seattle Mariners, who got traded from the Diamondbacks at the deadline this year, who hits bombs. They made an offer for him like $70+ million. He ended up re-signing with the Mariners, but yeah. So there they go. They were going to spend upwards of 78.
Almost had him.
Yeah,
primed.
But so they miss out on him. But yeah, now the big thing is like they're interested in Schwarber.
But hold on.
Yeah, you can see the writing on this wall.
Kyle Schwarber's going to get $200 million.
You can see the writing on this wall.
They're going to have to spend a lot of money. The big issue now is that these guys don't want to fucking go play in Pittsburgh. That's kind of the...
No, this is...
You got triple what they would get somewhere else.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Triple PNC Park, Paul Skeens, Cy Young Award winner, the Hundo boys on the mind.
For sure, but...
Jason Kendall's walked that land.
No, I know. Schwarber, though, yeah, I don't know exactly what he's going to command on the market, but yes, it probably will be around like $200 million, somewhere in that range. Pirates might have to give him $250, $275.
And you're saying we almost spent $78 million on one guy.
But in years past, they wouldn't have even
They wouldn't even send a text saying that they did.
Correct. They tried to get him, and he obviously was like, "No, we just played in the ALCS. I don't want to go fucking play in Pittsburgh. I'm going to re-sign in Seattle." But they're trying.
Yeah, stepping stones. Like if you think about it like this. 2 years from now, they might actually offer a guy $80 million. They won't just think about it.
They just got beat to the punch there. There's nothing they could do because the Mariners had, right of first refusal to
so we didn't get it in front of this guy.
No, I don't think so. They're planning, though.
He heard wings.
Upwards of 78.
They've been planning for 40 years.
Yeah, exactly. B.A. knows. He was with the
Come on.
Steelers. He's been in that city before. He understands completely how everybody feels. I do appreciate a good post saying, hey, we almost thought about thinking about doing it for sure.
I'd be encouraged by this. If you're a Pirates fan, I'd be very encouraged by this.
All right. B.A., you hear
Now
that?
they have to do it, though. Now they have to spend some money, though, because they got your hopes up.
No, we tried. You want us to spend it on insert name of somebody that isn't Schwarber? Yeah, right.
Well, that's what, if it's Schwarber, Schwarber's not going to sign with the Pirates. That's
Come on.
That's not going to happen. But that tells me
Money talks, brother. Money talks.
We don't got it.
It does.
They won't spend it.
But that tells me that there's a chance that if they don't get him, they might panic and go give Pete Alonso a massive they need bats. They need, and you don't necessarily need to spend $250 million on one guy, but they need to solidify a couple different positions. I think they're going to try to because I think they realize hey, if we have another season like we did last year, Skeens is gone. We're gonna we cannot waste.
I know it's hard to just fathom this as a sports fan of another team, especially as a Yankees fan, and I'm not even considered a Pirates fan. You guys say they're scared Paul Skeens will be gone. They don't care that Paul Skeens will be gone.
Yeah, no,
that's my mentality.
No, they
That's
don't.
the worst part of it.
But they could luck into making the playoffs last year. That's how good their pitching staff could be. They just can't. You can't score 1 or 0 runs in 112 of your 162 games. You got to score a couple runs. So
yeah, but the owners just see, Paul Skeens, that's a bump in bobbleheads, that's a bump in tickets, that's a bump in nachos. So for about 2 more years here, we got to bump in this guy. That's all they see. They don't you were thinking about it as if you were an owner of a team and you cared about its success. That is how you were talking.
That is true.
So whenever we read something, and I'll go to Hammer Dahn with a little bit more information on how he read this as a Pirates fan. When I read that they were primed to spend upwards of $78 million, I go, that's bullshit. That sounds like that's not real. That's them saying, we thought about it. We're primed to do it. Why am I so negative, Tone? Is there any chance that maybe this Pirates team is different this offseason than they've been for our entire lives?
This is the greatest news Pirates fans got in the last 10 years, okay? That they were primed to spend. They've never been primed to spend anything. So I'm thinking they're going to get Tucker and Bregman and Schwarber and Alonso. I think they're going to get everybody. World Series is coming home, man.
Yeah. And they could say, yeah, we're thinking about it. And that would be this tweet, right?
Yeah. Bob Nutting.
Hey, if they're thinking about it, that's a lot more than they normally do.
Well, they're thinking about it enough to send the press release that they're thinking about it. I don't think it's an actual. I have no faith.
I trust Jet. If Jet says it's true, it's true.
And if we had a 19-year-old starting, come see the young buck, the guy who's just
for 2.5 years.
Bucko's young Bucko, actually.
Young Bucko. There you go.
That's
Check
not
out
how
the young
it works,
Bucko.
AJ.
What's that?
AJ
They
said
feel
for
like
2.5 years.
I feel like the Pirates. Do they want to be like a farm team for the rest of the major league?
That's what they have been.
No, that's the Reds' job.
Some stars. Yeah, Schwarber, bring him home. He's not too far from Cincinnati, Middletown.
You guys ain't ever going to pay him enough money to go there.
Yeah, I don't think the owner, since he's writing big checks.
Yeah, didn't he say like, oh, what? You want me to sell a fucking team? I will if you keep talking shit to me.
Yeah.
Then what do you do?
Opening day.
Red pants.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah. What are you not coming to the games? Okay, I'll move the team to Florida. Suck my dick. That's basically what he said on opening day.
With red pants.
Yeah.
That was kind of the messaging. He had to walk that back, I think, a couple of different times.
I wasn't serious. I mean, I wouldn't move the team.
Love the passion of the city and everything like that. Pirates fans, Paul Skeens, man.
This is going to be a very active. We're going to see a lot of movement.
So, just to add a little more context to the conversation, the guy Naylor did sign a 5-year, $92 million contract. So, a bit of a discrepancy in what the Pirates were offering.
Extra year though.
Okay, that's fair.
14 million.
Oh!
Is that excitement?
No.
Taking a victory lap on that one?
Ty just buried him.
All right, Tom, we appreciate you, buddy. Why don't you come on out here? Let's get the hell out of here. What a day. Good for us. And tonight we got 2 balls.
Yeah.
4 hoops.
Pumped.
And MJ.
Fun to watch.
And MJ.
Maybe.
Well, let's
Maybe.
not hang our hats on that happening.
Maybe.
We embarrassed
No, he'll be there.
ourselves, though. Go ahead.
No, he'll be there. I just thought he should maybe change shirt. Have Tirico and Jordan just change the shirt, change your pants, maybe, so it looks like we're in different days. These are different conversations,
That's a
maybe.
good idea.
Same setup, same seats, same angles, different days. Look at the shirts.
Good to see you.
Welcome to Insights.
And they should do a full.
Yeah, every time.
Yeah. Great to see you again. Been a while.
And then right back into it. They should do that. Tirico looks so
As I said last week, Mike, and he goes, he had Michael reference thing. Yeah, 3 weeks ago when we were sitting here, Mike, and they look at each other.
You'll be able to see the wink subtly with the jib cam that they have.
Yep.
It would be for ball knowers only. Yeah, inside. Everybody that's there knows, but we don't. I think tonight he's at the desk. All right.
He's leading the show. He's run the show.
Be a friend, tell a friend something nice about change your life. We're in this thing together. Hey, shout out to you, BA. You look so cool, man. We appreciate you.
Thank you, brother. Great show. Better one next week.
Hell yeah. Team on me, team on 3. 1, 2, 3, team. Goodbye.